or if he gets hurt, it's when he gets hurt, and how long will he be out? I mean, at this point, is this just the way he's going to be?
Yeah.
A part-time player, and you're going to be holding your breath, especially come playoff time, every game.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here. Golf season is in full swing, and if you're anything like me, you're always looking for that next tee time. Was just talking about it here on the show. I'm completely obsessed with golf these days, and I love playing Aurora Golf's 5 public courses. Was just talking about it over the weekend, Murphy Creek. Each course is unique, will test your skills. Aurora Hills is a great walking course. Meadow Hills is old school and a classic layout that I just played Thursday evening. Murphy Creek, mentioned, was there over the weekend, can challenge the best golfers, and if you're lucky, you might catch a fighter jet flyover from Buckley Space Force Base. Saddle Rock, just about a mile or two from my house. I'm there all the time. Feels like a mountain course in the city. The views are epic. Spring Hill is perfect for beginners or anyone looking to become a short game chef. All right, what keeps me booking tee times in Aurora is their course conditions, practice facilities, friendly staffers, and restaurants for post-round fun. All right, from just the beginners starting out to competitive players, Aurora Golf has a course you're going to love. So book your tee time, schedule a lesson, or learn more about their leagues and programs at golfaurora.com.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Hey, it's Phillip Lindsay here. Do you need a new roof, gutters, or exterior needs? Monarch is your one-stop shop. Backed by 16 years of experience and over 10,000 satisfied customers. Their in-house insurance team fights for you, and their white glove service means every detail is handled with care. Competitive pricing, award-winning craftsmanship, and the only roofer the Denver Broncos chose to endorse. A proud member of Team Dave Logan, make the call to your home team, Monarch Construction and Roofing, the official roofer of the Denver Broncos.
Okay, I admit it. At 303 Law 4040, we like to have a little fun with the made-for-TV lawyers who pretend that they're from Colorado. In reality, they live in places like Chicago, Arizona, Texas. Heck, one guy flies in from New York City. New York City! Just so he can do his commercial and fly back home. Crazy thing happening here in Colorado. Outside private equity funds are pouring millions of advertising dollars to prop up these guys and get them to pretend they are local voices that you can trust. So what really happens when you call one of those pretend made-for-TV lawyers? Here's an example. A young man was hurt. He called one of those guys. The insurance company said, nah, we're denying the claim. No money for you. His made-for-TV lawyer said, sorry. So his friend said, you need to call 303 Law 4040. We took the case and told the insurance company their denial was BS. And they said, you're right. Here's all the money. If you've been injured, don't waste your time calling a pretend made-for-TV lawyer. Call 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. It's 303 Law 4040.
Kids. KARS, Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Whatever the forecast, aches and pains can cloud up a perfect day. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief. So you're ready for sunny skies ahead. Use as directed.
This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Homestrong, Colorado's foundation repair and concrete experts.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is count. C-O-U-N-T. Text count to 303-713-1043 right now for your chance to win a $250 gas card. That's count to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Interesting story in the Denver Post over the weekend relating to a CU legend and Deion Sanders' current handling of the program.
We're back on the Deion train.
Yeah. Yes.
What's old Deion doing now? He's been quiet.
He has been quiet. He's been very quiet. So we're right around the corner from college football starting. I want to say I think we're like 75 days away from kickoff for CU on national TV on like a Thursday night on ESPN.
Georgia Tech. Be there, be square. Let's go.
Man, oh man, I cannot wait. And we're huge college football fans on this show. Over the years, it's caught up to my love for NFL football. Like, I'd still pick NFL, but it's close.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm looking at it now. I don't know if I could pick the NFL over college. It's just so much more organic. And I understand it's been tainted a little bit with the money and all that, but they're still young kids, right?
Yeah.
18, 19 years old with a dream to still try to get to the NFL. You're getting given everything you got, and it's more creative offensively, defensively. You're seeing just different formations. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's like the half brother of NFL football. You know, a lot of the same stuff, but a lot of nuanced differences as well, and just obviously a different landscape. So over the weekend, article comes out in the Post, and it really revolves around a true legend, Darian Hagan. What do you think about Darian Hagan?
ZB, I just got done talking to Coach Hagan today.
Is that right?
Yes. So a little bit about Darian Hagan, Coach Hagan, man. He changed the way I looked at college football, and he gave me the opportunity to truly thrive in the offense. Before Coach Hagan decided to take on the duties of being the running backs coach, I had another coach, and I'm not going to say his name right now, but the other coach, he wasn't a bad coach. He just didn't know how to unlock somebody like me. The next year, Darian Hagan becomes our running back coach, and he let me be myself. I felt free. He let me just do what I needed to do to be a better player. And he also helped coach me into being that better player. And for that, I'm always going to be grateful. He's my third father. All right, first I got my father that's still here. He was the big reason why I started playing football. The next one was my uncle.
Yep.
All right, I always say my father got me to high school, but my uncle got me over the top to college because he wasn't my dad anymore. So my uncle didn't care about my feelings. So he was able to get me to a different type of place in my head where I was able to get to college. And then once I got there, Coach Hagan unlocked me a little bit more to give me the ability to go for 2,000-yard years with the University of Colorado and give me an opportunity to play in the NFL because of what he was able to just unlock within me. With that, I'm always going to be grateful. And for Coach Hagan, one of the best people that you will ever meet in the way that he goes about his business, his life, easy to talk to. I want the world for him, man. He deserves to have his jersey. I'm just going to say it right now. He deserves to have his jersey hung up in the rafters
retired.
there at University of Colorado, retired because of what that man has done. All right, he's been coaching for many years at the University of Colorado before he went to San Diego State, but also playing here, bringing us a national championship to Colorado. You got to be kidding me. The man has to have his jersey retired at some point.
Well,
sorry, ZB.
No. Are you kidding me, dude? I no joke, could listen to people talk like that about their coaches all day long. I love it so much. I can hear the reverence, and I could talk about coaches that I had growing up in the same way. You guys just wouldn't know their name, right? I didn't make it to the places you made it to, but that connection between a coach and their player and the lasting imprint that you can have on someone's life, how often do you get that chance? And as a coach, you get that chance quite a bit. And to hear that he maximized it with you the way that he did is just so cool. So you mentioned his jersey getting retired. Yeah. There was that was a theme here during this article from the Denver Post. All right, so I'm going to read you. There's some quotes in here. So Darian Hagan, he returned to Boulder for the first time in years, it sounds like, to meet with new athletic director Fernando Lovo. All right, Hagan was a coach at CU forever. Yep. But when Deion Sanders showed up, he did not retain Darian Hagan. And the last 3 years, I think it's been, he has coached running backs, still coaching running backs for Sean Lewis at San Diego State. Very interesting.
It really is, man. Small world, but having a good relationship and not burning bridges, it helps you out. When one door closes, another one's going to open if you keep those relationships.
That's right. I don't know why Darian Hagan wasn't retained by Deion Sanders when he first got here. I have no idea. Maybe it was just a coaching fit. Maybe Deion didn't love the fact that, he played quarterback, and was a legend at that school, and his son was coming in, with the legendary tag, as he would often hashtag. I don't know, but he hasn't been around, but he returned. Lovo wanted to talk to him. Have you talked to Fernando Lovo?
So not yet. He wants me to go up there, and at some point I will. I'm so busy with the kids right now, but I am going to make my way up to Boulder and just talk to Lovo. But he is trying to, from what I'm hearing, is he's trying to get a lot of the older alumni back together.
Yes.
A lot of the bigger names, Big Al, Coach Hagan, you start with them. Chad Brown's another one, and then you work your way down from the older ones that won the national championship to the younger ones. And no matter who you are, you should be wanting to meet them because this is alumni, right? This is about building that family back up, if you want to call it that.
That's right. That's right. And I think that is one of the unique maybe places in sport where the word family is applicable.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Well, and that's why I put in air quotes because I know it makes you kind of twitch a little bit.
No, it does. It does because, and here's what, no one wants to admit, and certainly I think it becomes family if you're there and and then beyond, and you have that relationship with your university, your alma mater, like that feels like family. But oftentimes college sports can be very transactional. Right? You're recruited to play well.
Yep.
And if you are not playing well or you're not what they expect, they can kick you out of the family. Right? I played Division II basketball, and I saw at least one scholarship stripped every single year. You're just not as good as we thought. We need this scholarship. In basketball, like Division II, so we had like 14 guys on the team, 10 full scholarships. And so every year someone was kicked out of the family. And they never stay and play for free and pay to go. They always leave. So that's why I sort of get like, the heebie-jeebies. And it's definitely at the professional level.
Yeah, there's no family in professional.
Like that was Michael Malone's thing. Bring everyone in family on three. Like, dude, you got kicked out of the family. You were at the head of the table. You got kicked out of the family. You were dad. Dad had to go. And so
Mom kicked you out the house.
But this article, what it started to hone in on, the Darian Hagan jersey retirement conversation did bleed through, but it's the overall handling of the alumni. And I want to peel back the curtain on what we learned from this article coming up next.
You asked for it, you got it. Backed by popular demand, it's the Drive's Brouhaha.
Big social brouhaha.
This summer, Zach and Phil are back on the road bringing their party to you. Last up, Arvada. June 26th from 2 to 6 at Arvada Beer Garden.
That was quite a brouhaha.
Come find out what the commotion's all about. Head to DenverSports.com/drive for more details.
Guaranteed to bring the brouhaha.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has been fighting for seriously injured car accident victims in Colorado. Serious accidents demand serious representation. We dig into every detail of your case, and we don't back down until we get you the maximum compensation you deserve. If you or someone you love has been seriously injured in a car accident, call the Wilhite Law Firm today at 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com.
It's hot out there. Stoke here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Are you ready for one of the hottest summers we've ever seen? It might be time to cut your air conditioner and draft a new high-performing air conditioning system that will keep you and your home cool and comfortable. There are amazing financing options and incredible rebates too, only from the best ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Summer is here. Celebrate America's 250th birthday with fireworks July 3rd and 4th, plus first ever giveaways like the City Connect Mystery Jersey and Hot Dog Hat in July. Get your tickets now at rockies.com/tickets.
Hey, it's Zach here. Summer is here, and 5280 Exteriors is kicking it off with a huge June offer. Get free gutter guards when you purchase a whole house of siding. Lock in your project now and enjoy beautiful new siding before fall hits. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Water is essential to life.
Humans are 60% water.
Water carved the Grand Canyon, and it pummels boulders into sand.
But a little water leak in your roof can cause mold and deterioration of your home.
Let Denver Roof Pros stay on top of your roof with our preventative roof service plans to prolong your roof's life and protect your home and the people you love.
Check it out at DenverRoofPros.com.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
Getting a little older doesn't have to mean, well, getting older. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And if you're feeling low energy, can't sleep, can't lose weight, are struggling with brain fog, or your sex drive is off, it's time to change it up. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more. Getting you back in the game again. So don't be older. Be stronger in the gym. Be sharper at work. Be better in the bedroom, and be more confident in every part of your life. So call us today and find out how our advanced treatment strategies could change the game for you. Your first visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on one of our advanced treatment plans on the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Colorado, it's time to take our recycling to the next level. That's why Recycle-On Colorado is bringing you more curbside and drop-off service from peaks to prairies. Guidelines as clear as our skies, so you know what goes where. And the price? As free as gawking at bighorns on I-70. You deserve a recycling system you can count on, like your puffiest winter coat. And we're here to give it to you. Learn more at recycleon.org/Colorado.
One Wheel Broncos talk. Cecil Lemmy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, just to continue the conversation that we were just having. So, really interesting story in the Denver Post relating to Darian Hagan and him actually talking on the record in a way that I personally did not see coming.
Yeah.
And so we know Darian Hagan, the legendary status and playing quarterback for CU and being like when I think of CU football, he's like Mount Rushmore,
yes,
caliber guy.
Coach Hagan.
And you love him, and I love what you said in the previous segment about your relationship with him and what he means to you. So this article, apparently the retiring a Shedeur Sanders jersey, the Denver Post called it a wound for Darian Hagan.
But are you surprised, Z? I mean, we sat here right after that happened. I mean, we went back and forth, and there were so many different alumni that I text that next day, or actually that night, that this was all said.
Yeah.
And they were frustrated, they were upset, they were mad, and a lot of them said that they were not going to come back to the University of Colorado because of that. And I think a lot of it had to do with just being angry at that moment. I wonder if I could give them a call now, how they would feel about that.
Yeah.
But it was a touchy subject, but also it was just like,
I wonder if Deion thought that through.
You know he did.
Like from like how is this going to make the core, at the nucleus of what these programs are. Obviously, your current players mean a ton, but your past players, your alumni.
Well, first you have to care about the alumni in order for you to think about them. If you're not thinking about them, you're telling everybody right there you don't care about what the alumni feel or think, and you're going to do what you want to do no matter what. And that's kind of how Coach Prime has kind of operated. Now, that's on him. He's the head coach. He gets to do what he wants to do.
Sure.
But when you're talking about college, you do need your alumni. You want these guys that played in the NFL or been around to come back to the university and show face and give you the money and talk to your kids. That's what I thought. That's why you had alumni. In this case with Coach Prime, it seems like he ignored them for so long.
Right.
And now the alumni said, no, screw it. We don't want to be a part of this right now.
Yeah, and oftentimes the first thing a new coach does is network with the alumni.
Yeah.
It's very important. The alumni represent the connective tissue of the history of your program. And if it seems like, and the people that I have talked to over the last handful of years since Deion has arrived, he's done the opposite. He's done the opposite. And there's not a lot of correspondence. There's not a lot of welcoming. And it feels like, the alumni represent almost bricks that make up what CU is, and Deion has come and slapped a coat of paint on the bricks. But the bricks are they're everything. And so Hagan, apparently said he didn't say he was wounded. The Post, in talking to him, said that it was a wound for Hagan, that jersey going up. And Chad Brown was also quoted, who I love here in this article. He said, many Buff football alums feel as if CU Athletics' official position is that football at Folsom Field didn't exist prior to Coach Prime. And Chad went on to say there shouldn't be this contentious relationship between Buff fans. If I've got criticisms of Coach Prime's program now, not only am I told I'm a terrible Buffs fan, but also I'm asked, what did I do for the program the last 20 years? And I'm like, wow, let me see. I funded a scholarship. I've gone and talked to the team. I've done private coaching with players. The list is long. So the massive disconnect on social media, I think, is unfortunately turning a lot of older fans off and away from the program. And that's the exact opposite of what we need, end quote. What do you make of that statement?
I mean, it's the ignorance of not understanding what you're talking about when it comes to some of these guys like Coach Hagan, right? You do have the social media, and social media is a dangerous thing.
It is.
And so you have a bunch of new fans for Colorado that are Coach Prime's fans, which is all fine and dandy.
Yep.
But when you do that and you're all in and you want to be a Colorado Buffalo fan, then you need to start to understand your history too. Because some of these people are talking to people like Coach Hagan or Big Al or Chad Brown, not understanding what they did for the University of Colorado. And it kind of gets to me because it's like those are the guys that were on the football field.
Right.
Those are the guys winning games.
You stand on their shoulders.
Yes. Those are the guys that were bleeding and crying and I said this earlier, like probably a year ago, where like you're sleeping and you're waking up and you're tremoring because you've been hit so much. Those are the guys that you're talking about. And you're acting like they didn't amount to anything. And that's because you're ignorant to understanding the history of the University of Colorado. And that has to stop. But in order to do that, though, someone like Coach Prime has to bring the alumni back together.
Right.
And so that everybody can start to heal. and develop a relationship. And that's how you move forward. And that's how it becomes a healthier relationship. It's not going to always be 100% healed, but you start to have that healthy relationship and you move on from there. And my guessing is you start to win more games because you're having the backing that you need, the funding, the money that you need. It all goes hand in hand.
Very interesting. More from this article from the Denver Post, sitting down with Darian Hagan. He said, am I bitter or anything that my jersey's not been retired? No, I'm not bitter at all. It would have been a nice gesture, but that doesn't define who I am. But definitely it would be awesome to walk in that stadium and see my name on the wall with the other retired numbers. Hagan told the Post that he was told that former Buff greats had to be All-Americans or National Award winners, and that they had to wait a decade to be recognized. And Hagan's still waiting, and obviously if that was the rule, that certainly did not apply to Shedeur.
Exactly.
And even Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter,
you know, because Rashaan Salam had to wait. I mean, he was put in there after his passing, and so I could understand if I bleed black and gold like Darian Hagan, like you, and like these other guys, why it would just be
a slap in the face.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it like that, but
It is. I mean, like ZB, you have to think, what if you did all that for your state, for your college, and then they didn't even acknowledge you, and you're still waiting, and then they jump you. Someone jumps over you that's young and hot right now because you want to try to get more kids into the building. But there's a hierarchy, but also there's just a way of doing things that's not doing it the right way. And so you have someone like Coach Hagan that's still waiting. So other players that are still waiting for that opportunity to have their family come on the football field and see their jersey.
Yeah.
You know, that's all what it's all about at the end of the day, is being able to see your kids and their kids' kids say, that was Grandpa doing that.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, that's what you're looking for.
More from Darian Hagan, quote, but I'm definitely for a committee to get these things right. And not just for myself, but for Eric Bieniemy, Alfred Williams, Kanavis McGee, Cordell Stewart. Somehow they've got to get it right and do it the right way. I think that would appease a lot of people, end quote. The article says former Buffs want more outreach and that it's been quiet from the current program. And, there was one more quote here that I wanted to read. But I think what Lovo needs to do is galvanize some things to make the guys who played at CU feel special. Make them feel like what we did is still relevant. We accomplished some great things there that I think at some point need to be recognized and revisited, because the things that we accomplished, you can't erase that history, end quote. And if you're saying you can't erase it, it probably feels like it has been, to a certain degree. Yeah. This kind of stuff makes me a little bit sad. And it's, the college football, these coaches are the king of a kingdom, and when it's his reign right now.
Yep.
So it's his way, and I'm sure it won't be like that forever. We'll see if they tailor it and make some changes.
But it just, it sucks because it's Deion's way right now. But at some point when Deion decides he wants to leave, then you're setting the next coach up for failure, because now it's like, how are you gonna? Now all of a sudden you're gonna start talking to alumni. That's not how it works. You build a relationship, and we know how it is. You could build a relationship for 20 years, but you mess up that one time and lose that trust, it will never be the same again, which sucks.
Well, it feels like Fernando Lovo is really trying to connect with the alumni.
Yeah.
And trying to maybe unwind some stuff that has happened here that has pushed away CU alumni or made them feel, not relevant, based on some of these quotes. But good for Darian Hagan to, just sort of
speak his mind,
speak his truth, and kind of go from there. Okay. I've taken a dive into the Jonathan Cooper situation, why things may not appear as they currently seem, and why I now believe he will play for the Broncos this year unless one specific party steps in. We'll get to it next.
Parents, looking for a fun way to get your kid active this summer?
Are you kidding me?
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan's third annual Be a Mentor, Be a Fan Youth Football Camp is back. Brought to you by Walmart. Saturday, June 27th at Denver South High School's All-City Stadium. Your child ages 8 to 14 will learn the fundamentals of football in a safe, hands-on environment from people who played the game at the highest level. We're talking former Denver Broncos Mark Schlereth, Phillip Lindsay, and Brandon Stokely, along with a trusted coaching staff from Denver South.
Don't give him room to breathe!
And Every dollar raised goes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado, so your family is giving back just by showing up. Sign up today at DenverSports.com/camp. That's DenverSports.com/camp.
What is up, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now who are thinking about popping that question here soon. And if that's the case, then you know you need a diamond. So let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. Whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a new milestone, or hey, finally just doing something special for yourself for once, this is where it's all going to begin for you at Williams Jewelers. Imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, plus the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secret to the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue, and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Tune in to Mile High Money.
My biggest goal is education. I come from a family of educators, and I want you to know the who, the what, the why, the when, the how.
Helping you achieve your ideal retirement.
The risk that you're taking, does that equal the return that you should be getting? And a lot of times, the answer is no.
Tune in to Mile High Money with Adam Moeller. Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Shop Honda keeps car buying simple. One price, one person, 1 hour means no games, no back and forth, and no dealer handling fees ever. Upfront pricing and one dedicated advisor who handles everything from start to finish. It's straightforward, stress-free, and honestly, the way car buying should have always been. At Shop Honda, the experience is just as good as the vehicle you're driving home. Discover the Shop Honda difference for yourself. Visit Shop Honda today, proud partner of the Dover and Cecil Show.
Hey, Robbie Andino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled over 7,000 cases and 300 trials. My entire family's military, and I want to carry that legacy over to helping you grunts and officers out. If you've got a divorce going on, or you got a domestic violence, or heck, if you've even been put in handcuffs, give me a ring immediately. I've never lost a DV trial. That leads me to be a beast in a courtroom, in a divorce case, in a custody case. Let's face it, the paper-pushing telephone softies can't compete. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com or give me a ring, 720-706-5151.
Cheyenne Frontier Days, the daddy of them all, born out of the American frontier and still standing tall, the world's largest outdoor rodeo and authentic Western celebration. In the heart of the American West, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Come salute our American heroes in the air, in the arena, and in the streets of Cheyenne this July. For tickets, info, and updates, go to CFDrodeo.com. See you in Cheyenne.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. On behalf of my friends at American Financing, what if next month looked different? What if instead of robbing Peter to pay Paul, you had one clear payment and money left over for the things that actually matter? If you're a homeowner, that's not a fantasy. American Financing is making it happen. They're not going to judge you. They're here to help you. Everything is more expensive right now, and you're spending more on the basics than ever before. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants will give your paycheck a raise by lowering your debt obligations. Their average customer savings is $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments, and you may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there's no upfront fees. There's no obligation. We all want to live without stress. Your home's equity could help you do this. So call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay. Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute.
Here we go.
Hanging out with you here on a Monday. Covered a lot of ground there in that first hour. And I still have these, leftover thoughts about the entire situation. It's a really unique window of time for CU football.
Oh, yeah. Z, I could talk about it all day. The good, the bad, what can change. But, it's one of these things where over time maybe we will.
Yeah, and we'll get to the Jonathan Cooper stuff in just a second. But one of the things that makes me sad, just as a human, is that if Darian Hagan feels wounded by the decision making by his own university that he gave his life to, even after college, right? Chose to stay here and coach running backs, and you're not retained, by Deion Sanders. By the way, the school, and they mentioned this in the article, gave Darian Hagan a non-football role at the university, almost like an honorary role. We see this happen around the country for great players.
Yes.
Reserved for great players. And, man, you did so much for our university, and we have not forgotten. And you're going to be on payroll, and it's going to be like, $80,000 or whatever. Yeah. Maybe some places higher, but you don't have to do much. You just have to be around, show your face, wave, and you're going to get checked from every other week from us for the rest of your life.
And that's exactly what was happening at the beginning, because I remember going up to Boulder, or driving to Boulder, and being in his office, which got moved, right? He was at the football operations, then got moved up. So he wasn't in the football building anymore.
Yep.
And he still had a little role to just be at the university. And he was just hanging out, relaxing, but he was enjoying just being there at the University of Colorado because that is his home.
Yeah, and then ultimately that position goes away, and then you're forced to go, work and keep coaching.
Yep.
So you move to San Diego and you're coaching San Diego State, but probably, and this is the part that makes me just a little bit sad, more than likely, if you feel wounded by the university, you feel tossed aside and not acknowledged by the university, you're probably rooting against that university.
Now, I don't know how Coach Hagan feels. I'm not in his head.
I'm totally guessing and speculating,
exactly,
but just as a human being, if you feel tossed aside and disregarded, when you feel like you've done so much.
Yeah, why would you root for that when they're
yes.
pushing you down, pushing your head down,
yes.
and making it feel like they want to erase what you've done here, the history that you have made here at the University of Colorado if you're Coach Hagan.
And think about how conflicting that must feel in his heart, knowing how much he loves CU, and then that feeling morphs into whatever it is now. It's just, it makes me sad. I don't like that. Okay. Shifting gears a little bit.
Jonathan Cooper, man. Are we going to be sad, Z?
The Jonathan Cooper situation. Well, depending on how you look at this,
right.
and I have to tread lightly because the range of opinions about what should happen to Jonathan Cooper are probably pretty wide. And we weren't there, so we don't know exactly what happened. We didn't see exactly what happened. But I want to make something clear. And I mentioned this last week, but we didn't spend any time on it. And I was told that I was wrong, but I wasn't wrong. Do you remember last week when I said that Jonathan Cooper actually didn't have an order of protection against him after the first violation?
Yeah, I remember us talking about that, and you bring that up.
Okay, so we didn't spend a lot of time on it, and I said it sort of in passing. I had a police officer reach out to me and say, hey, dude, like, I'm a cop. This is not how this works. If you get arrested and there's a domestic violence, incident, you have an order of protection immediately, and you are not to, circle back with that person.
Which makes a little bit of sense, right?
That makes a lot of sense, right? That makes a lot of sense. And so I said, man, what actually is this? Am I right? Or is this police? Because the police officer sounds right? That reached out saying, hey, no, in a domestic violence case, you can't just circle back. There's an order of protection. Here's what I'll say. There can be. Often there is. But in this case, there was not. And I have found out for sure. I have the court documents on my phone.
So, Investigator ZB on the task.
Yes.
Okay.
Once again, I have the documents, okay?
Look at you. You better get arrested.
I don't know if it's legal for me to put them out there. I'll maybe find out about that, but you don't even need to see them. Here's what you need to know. It's being framed in the Jonathan Cooper incident. And by the way, when we're having this conversation, I'm just getting my thoughts out. I'm not trying to frame it any type of way, because I think Jonathan Cooper made some real idiotic mistakes here that could be criminal. I don't know. We'll find out later next month if this thing goes
July
to trial.
22nd.
You're on it. After it's being framed right now that Jonathan Cooper, when he was sending the text messages and went to her house, was violating a protection order. Guys, for better or worse, that's not true. And we need to understand that. The facts are that, let me say it like this. There's a document post-arrest. So this is after the first incident when they both got arrested, okay? There's a document, and on the document, there's like 10 boxes that need to get checked. Or they don't need to get checked. They can get checked, okay? So like there's a box that says, I'm just totally paraphrasing, hey, can this person have, like a firearm? And if the box is, not checked, then they can have it. And if it's checked, they can't have it. There's like another one. Hey, is this person like allowed to leave the home or whatever? And if it's checked, and if it's not checked, right? There's a box there's a no contact box. And that in Jonathan Cooper's case was not checked.
Meaning that he can have contact with his ex-girlfriend now.
Yes.
Then ZB, why was he arrested?
That's a great question. And just because, man, I have to choose my words so carefully. Just because a cop says one thing and does it, or even a judge says one thing and does it, doesn't mean it's 100% lawful. And I'll give you an example here with the same lawyer in just a second. Okay, but that's a great question, because you're recalling Jonathan Cooper goes to her house and the police are in her apartment looking at him through the peephole.
Yeah, waiting for him to go in there. He was going to try to get some action. Instead, he gets handcuffed.
Yes. He did allegedly say, he was trying to sleep with her.
Yeah.
Okay. And wanted to get back. He wanted to get back on the same page with her.
Mm-hmm.
We have to remember that these two were in a relationship for years. 4 years. So you have the court saying you don't have to stay away from her. You don't have to, he's not doing anything wrong by the court documents by reaching out to her and texting her. Or even if she were to have him over her house.
He's not doing anything wrong.
By the letter of the law, and this is what will be used in court. This is why, I led with this. I think Jonathan Cooper's playing for the Denver Broncos week 7. I had flipped on this. I do not think he's going to be out for the year. And we can talk about who could step in and prevent that, and will they and won't they here in just a second as well. But it is being framed widely across our market that he was violating a protection order, and he was not. So I just want to get that across. Okay. We also have to remember he is being represented by one of the sharpest lawyers in the country, Harvey Steinberg.
Oh, I know. He was all the Denver Broncos friends. He was my friend, although I didn't need him.
You didn't need him. Yes.
He's your guy.
He's borderline a magician. If there's a tie, it goes to Harvey. Okay? And you can look at there's another case, okay? Johnny Bolin.
Johnny Bolin.
Let me give you an example of how
Pat Bolin's son.
Yes.
If you guys don't know, Pat Bolin, it's his son.
Yes. Let me give you an example of how sharp Harvey can be. Okay. Once upon a time, and I'm looking at the article right now. It's from many years ago. It's from 2017. Once upon a time, Johnny Bolin had a domestic violence case. Okay, and he's been in trouble. He's had a troubled decade, you could call it, a decade plus here. He had a domestic violence charge. Okay, and I won't relitigate what happened in his domestic violence charge, but he got a charge. Okay, and he was put on parole. He was out in California, I think it was. Don't quote me on that, but I think he was out in California, and he gets a DUI charge. This is when I believe he said, "I'm the blood of the city." He was caught being said, "I'm the blood of the city," right? And right,
come on,
right. And so he gets arrested. Well, the judge says, "You violated your parole. You had a domestic violence charge. You're on parole. Now you get a DUI. Well, you just violated your parole. You're getting locked up." Not with Harvey.
Ooh.
Harvey Steinberg was right and the judge was wrong. What was he right about? Johnny Bolin's parole papers weren't signed by Johnny yet. Therefore, his parole didn't start. So it should have. Technically, it should have. You got in trouble. You put on parole. You got in trouble again. Therefore, you violated your parole.
But he didn't sign the paper.
But he didn't complete the paperwork. So his parole by the letter of the law didn't start yet. The judge didn't even know that. They had him arrested. Next thing you know, he's out because Harvey Steinberg. Now, you could say, how does Harvey sleep at night? And I tell you, that's a good question.
Yeah, how does Harvey sleep at night? I mean, my man just gets everybody off.
And so we have to remember who Harvey is. Brandon Marshall, the wide receiver.
Yeah.
Okay? He had a domestic charge.
He's dealing with something right now, too.
He's always dealing with something.
That is true.
Go look at his Wikipedia page. It's every other year there's some sort of charge. I mean, it's unbelievable. Domestic, he was stabbed by his wife. I mean, there's just always something going on. But once upon a time, Brandon Marshall has a domestic violence charge. And you know what the allegation was? He choked her. That's the situation here.
Yeah.
Okay. And what Harvey did in that case, tell me if this sounds familiar. What Harvey did in that case is he created reasonable doubt through relationship dynamics. Okay, here's what I mean. Steinberg argued the relationship was volatile and mutually contentious rather than a straightforward domestic violence case with a clear victim and perpetrator. Later descriptions of the case by Steinberg's firm noted that the defense emphasized the accuser's volatility and role in the conflict. We have to remember, on the night Jonathan Cooper got arrested, she got arrested as well.
Yeah, she was hitting him and taking his phone and threw it across the room, just like Jay Coop did the exact same thing.
Yes. So who did John Elway hire when, that unfortunate incident happened and nothing happened? Who did Melvin Gordon hire? Melvin Gordon was caught on camera, dead to rights. The phrase dead to rights exists because situations like that.
TMZ was on it.
Yes.
TMZ shot it out to everybody.
Yes, you could see the video. Melvin could not stand up. He could not take 10 steps. He tried to. He forgot what number he was on about 3 different times. Hammered, drunk. It's on video. Not guilty.
Harvey was his guy.
How? Harvey Steinberg. And so when you have the evidence that I believe Harvey is going to have, and shout out Dan Jacobs, our resident lawyer and judge. I don't know if he's still a judge, but knowing some of the really ins and outs of how this stuff works, of being in a courtroom and sort of schooling me up on this stuff. When you have someone like Harvey and the track record he has, and then you have the situation with Jonathan Cooper where both parties were arrested, she says she was held up in a minute in the air by her neck. But did she say she passed out?
Nope.
She did not.
She did not.
Did the police officer on the scene say, your story doesn't match up with the physical evidence that I'm seeing?
He did. He went out there and said it, made a statement with it.
Was Jonathan Cooper issued a warrant of protection that he could not reach out to her or even go to her house?
Well, he was allowed to.
He was allowed to.
Like you said, the box was not checked.
It was not checked. There was just the first box was checked. That's it. And what Harvey is going to do, and I'm not telling you what's right, I'm not telling you what's wrong. I'm just telling you.
But that's Harvey's job, too, what you're getting ready to say.
That's right. Harvey is going to say the police officers more agreed with Jonathan Cooper. Now, he might have done some stuff wrong here, but guess what? So did she. The relationship's volatile. There's cheating accusations. She's got his phone. She won't give it back. She's throwing it across the room, damaging the phone. You guys said the physical evidence didn't match her story. And then it was to the point where it wasn't even believed that the court system at the time said this guy was dangerous to her and check those boxes from preventing to go reach out to her. That was your guys' decision. So you guys didn't think that this was this bad to bar him from doing that. You easily could have just checked this box, but you didn't. So you have all this stuff put together with his track record. I believe if this goes to trial, which, by the way, Brandon Marshall's case went to trial. They did not settle out. They went to trial.
And if they want to settle out for Jay Coop, it's going to be the 6th of July.
Okay.
That's when they will settle. If not, they will go to trial July 22nd.
Yep. Dude, there was a separate case with Brandon Marshall that it was a civil case. And for those who don't know, and I don't blame you because I'm getting schooled up on this too, civil cases are a lot easier to win than criminal cases. So Kobe Bryant wins his criminal case, or they settle out, but loses his civil case. That's easier to prove. I think maybe the same thing happened in some other big profile cases. I'm not sure. Maybe OJ. I think OJ Simpson lost the civil trial. Easier to prove. Criminal trial harder to prove.
Yeah.
A separate violent incident with Brandon Marshall in a civil case, and Harvey won it. So when you add up all this stuff, and again, I'm not telling you like what you want to hear. I'm not telling you it's good.
Yeah, but you're telling everybody what you think is getting ready to happen.
Yes. And I think if they go to court, I think Jonathan Cooper is going to get off, and I think Harvey's going to win. And I think
So Jay Coop is going to be a Denver Bronco by the end of this. Now, not saying that he's still not going to be suspended by the Denver Broncos and the NFL, but you're saying that Jay Coop is going to get off this and be able to play this year whenever the suspension's done.
I believe so, Phil. I believe so. And again, to someone they may be going crazy right now, in the car. But when you add it up and the evidence at play here, the lawyer at play, where Harvey is getting stuff that judges are getting wrong. He may turn around, and I'm totally speculating here, but he may turn around and say, whoa, you guys shouldn't have arrested Jonathan Cooper for the second time.
No. If that's the case, why was he arrested?
I don't know. And maybe, and Harvey's going to argue, say, hold on, these guys are in a relationship. They've been in a relationship for 4 years. He was trying to get back on the same page with her, which it looked like he was trying. That's what he was trying to do.
Calling, texting.
And she didn't want anything to do with him. And so, but I'm telling you guys, if I had a horse to bet on right now, all right, I'd have to plug my nose and bet on Harvey.
But see, even with that, he gets off this. Harvey wins it. Hooray. What do you believe Greg Penner is going to do? You think he's going to wait for this, let it all kind of clear out, dust settle, and then say, okay, you got off this case.
Yeah.
You're going to still be a Denver Bronco? Or do you believe it's going to be, hey, man, we can't have that here. There's a huge standard that we have to stand by. And actually, Sean Payton said it himself when somebody brought up someone like
Yeah.
Jonathan Cooper
Yeah.
and said there's a standard here that everybody needs to obey pretty much?
Yep.
What is Greg Penner you think is going to do?
It's a great question. I don't know. And that's why going back 25 minutes ago, when I wrote this tease, I said, I've taken a dive into the Jonathan Cooper situation, why things may not appear as they currently seem, and why he will play for the Broncos this year unless one specific party steps up. That specific party is the ownership group. Now, they can if they want to, but I believe at the end of this, they would be extending their arm past the law and the NFL. And I ultimately, we ran the promo. I said, if I had to guess right now, he's not going to play for the Broncos again.
He's done.
It's the opposite 5 days later. After I've put all this stuff together with the help of Dan, looking at these court documents, understanding, some of the history of Harvey's trials, and I'm seeing it here on the RamosLaw.com text line from Isaiah. I've been in the court system for 15 years. Steinberg is the lawyer judges and DA's fear.
Ooh-wee.
And he is right. We have to remember that the police department, I think it was a Parker Police Department, wanted to move forward and charge Von Miller. They said, we have enough to charge Von.
Yep.
And ultimately, they did not. One word why. Harvey. These DAs have gotten embarrassed before taking these court cases to trial. And you only take a court case to trial as a district attorney if you freaking know you're going to win. You have the evidence. Because if you don't take it to trial. And they think they have the evidence, and they go to trial, and they lose to Harvey Steinberg. The Broncos have probably paid for, if he had 150 kids, they get them all through college.
Oh, yeah. Harvey got all his kids through college through the Denver Broncos and what he has done for them. And it seems like everybody is scared of Harvey.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, man, how all this is kind of coming together.
Yes. And here's the thing, Phil. Here's the thing. And this is where you really get into territory, man. I'm speculating and all this stuff. And it doesn't, it's a bad story, right?
This is so messy, man.
It is.
And all this could have been stopped if Jonathan Cooper would have just did the right thing and just left.
Yep.
Easier said than done, but just leave.
Yep.
Okay, help yourself out, help your career out, and now you're sitting here. You might have to go to trial July 22nd, and hopefully Harvey can get you out.
So, and here's the thing. If you really start game theorying this out, right? Talked about the game theory with the stadium, 10 steps ahead. If you were to game it out, what does it look like? I think there's a scenario that the opposition, Jonathan Cooper's the defendant, but for her and her side of her legal team game theorying it out, and they know what I know, right? If I have the court documents, they have it, and they know who they're up against, and you start going through it, and it's like, we may not win this case, and ultimately make a decision to not move forward at a certain point in time.
So you would settle it.
Yep, and we have seen that with Von time and again, where, man, everyone's cooperating, you got witnesses ready to speak, and then you get close enough, and it's like, whoa, the chance of losing here is super real, and maybe it might make sense for me to just repair my relationship with Von, right? Speaking for, like how maybe Megan would be, his longtime on again, off again, I don't know if it's girlfriend, wife, whatever. So I don't know, but here's what I do know. Adding everything that we just talked about over the last 23 minutes, I think Jonathan Cooper's playing for the Denver Broncos this year, unless the Penners step in. Now, he's going to get the suspension.
Yeah, that's the NFL. And maybe the Broncos, too, if they want to add a little bit of something to it. But the NFL is going to take over and say, hey, look, you are going to be suspended for 6-7 games. That's a fact. And you go from there. Now, what Greg Penner and Kerry Penner, what they decide to do, that's on them. And they have to decide what's right and what's wrong with this. And the right thing, if it's the right thing to do is give this man another chance, and that's exactly what's going to happen as long as Harvey gets him out of this situation before camp starts.
Yeah. All right. If you want to react to it, maybe you have a question. I don't know if I'll be able to answer it, but I can try.
You sure you're not a lawyer, ZB?
I promise.
I'm going to have you next time.
You can hit us up, RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043, or hit us up on our YouTube chat powered by Champ Honda. Okay. Shifting gears. We have a new Colorado legend developing right in front of our eyes. Where could this story go from here? That's next.
3 years ago, the Broncos were a laughingstock. Now, back-to-back playoffs, 32 wins, and an ownership group spending like they mean it. Now Cecil's ready to say what Broncos country is thinking.
The greatest bit of news and information that I can provide today for you is merely this. Greg Penner is inevitable. Greg Penner is undeniable. Greg Penner and the Walton Penner Group and the Denver Broncos are going to be a dynasty. They just are. That sort of businessman, that sort of business people do is they excel.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-572-3344. That's 800-572-3344.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Done right kitchens, baths, counters and floors, finished basements, windows and doors. Our 8% scheduling incentive and bank financing to ask about. Make a great time to call 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
Your windows are calling. They have something to say. Here's the truth. The window's only part of it. In Colorado, even a great window can fail if it's not installed right. That's what really determines what lasts. That's why I trust Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. Installation is where the conversation starts. They've served Denver and the Front Range for over 50 years, and right now, get 25% off Infinity by Marvin Windows. Visit windowsforyourhome.com. That's windowsforyourhome.com.
When it's sports, you love watching the pros.
If it's surgery, you definitely want the pros.
When you need a new roof, call Denver Roof Pros.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
Buying or selling a home? Let a Weichert agent guide you every step of the way to get the best price on your timeline with the least amount of stress for your peace of mind. Now that's smart real estate. Weichert, the bright choice. Each Weichert franchised office is independently owned and operated.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
In Colorado, relationships matter. That's why contractors across the Front Range choose Western Pacific for doors and millwork. 35 years of quality products, next-day delivery, and fast will call service. Visit GoWestPack.com. Western Pacific, local ownership, professional expertise.
Switching your account numbers is hard. Being forced to switch, even worse. That's why at Belco Credit Union, we want to pay you to switch. From June 1st to August 31st, we're offering a $300 bonus when you open a new checking account with a qualifying direct deposit of $500 or more. They changed your account number. You can change who you bank with. Go to belco.org/switch for full offer details. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required. Conditions and restrictions apply. Belco. Banking for everyone.
Ben Franklin here to talk to you about water filtration. Unfiltered water in your home is no joke. Did you know tap water can shorten the life of your pipes and, even worse, be dangerous to your family's health? Our punctual plumbers can install a whole home system that filters water before it enters your pipes. Visit BenjaminFranklinPlumbing.com or call 877-BEN-1776 to request an appointment.
Go with the flow, the local pros call Benjamin Franklin Plumbing.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
When an 80,000-pound semi-truck collides with a passenger vehicle, the results can be devastating. I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has been fighting for seriously injured truck accident victims in Colorado. These are complex cases that require serious resources and experience. We bring both to every case to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. If you or someone you love has been seriously injured in a trucking accident, don't wait. Call the Wilhite Law Firm, 303-GOOD-LAW, or visit wilhitewins.com.
This segment on The Fan brought to you by Denver Roof Pros.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is header, H-E-A-D-E-R. Text header to 303-713-1043 right now for your chance to win a $250 gas card. That's header to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it. All righty. Interesting conversation that we're shifting gears away from.
I think a lot of people learned a lot about one Harvey, but just this whole situation and how it may go down.
Yes.
I know I did.
Yes. And a case that I didn't mention and should have that just like defied logic in some cases was the Parrish Cox case back in 2012. And there was so many people, the majority of people that thought Parrish Cox was going to go to prison.
Yeah.
And the Broncos released them and all this stuff. I'll read you a line from that article from the Denver Post going back, how many years ago, 2012. The courtroom drama capped a week-long trial that left many wondering how the prosecution could have lost the case. Many, except Cox's attorney, Harvey Steinberg. I mean, so like there's just such a long track record of getting someone like Jonathan Cooper out of this situation. We'll see how it all turns out. Going into the most previous break, I said we have a new Colorado legend developing right in front of our eyes.
Who's taking my spot? Who's taking my spot, ZB?
Wyndham Clark. This dude, man, how fun was this guy to watch over the weekend?
Oh, man.
I mean, he just absolutely brilliant. He wins his second U.S. Open in a wire-to-wire victory. He entered Sunday with a legit lead. I think it was like a 6-shot lead, I want to say, heading into the day, 5 or 6, whatever it was. It was legitimate. But, man, a contentious final round. Things got tight there. He had, mostly like a 1 through 3 shot lead through most of yesterday. There was some controversy as many fans were rooting for Clark's opponent, Scotty Scheffler, to make history. All right, I'm pretty sure. I think Scotty came into today down 1. Wyndham came into the day down 7, and there was like a 6-shot lead there, and it was being written like, could Scotty catch him in one of the most incredible comebacks of all time? That was not the case, but there was some fans rooting against Wyndham Clark to the point where they were literally removed from the tournament. But man, Clark joined some of the biggest names in golf, tying Bryson DeChambeau, Dustin Johnson, Greg Norman in major championships.
Yeah, Z, I never understood why you have fans, right? You're in golf. You know it has to be quiet. And you're sitting there. Yeah, you could want another guy to win. But why are you yelling while my man's getting ready to tee off? Why are you yelling when he's doing his part? Especially when he comes from the state of Colorado. Denver, Colorado, baby.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like him because his temper issues. It was this time last year where he destroyed the locker, and that was at the U.S. Open, right? Yeah, it was at the U.S. Open. He different course, but he freaked out afterward, destroyed a locker. Now he paid for it and apologized. There was another incident this past year. Remember, he chucked his club, I want to say, after a bad drive.
He has a little bit of Happy Gilmore in him. You got to love it.
Look, I love Wyndham Clark.
He's good.
All right, and I actually said about him recently on this show, and I forget why. We were talking about consistency. We were talking about consistency with Bo Nix. And I said, Wyndham Clark, when Wyndham is on, there's no one better. Or not no one's better, but he's as good as anyone else when he is having his best days and playing his best golf. And here he is on a day like today, a day like yesterday, at the pinnacle of the sport. And I'm wondering, like, Wyndham Clark, like, if this continues, still a young guy, where could this Colorado legend grow to, and what kind of footprint? And when we talk about like all-time great athletes from the state of Colorado,
that's gonna be fun. We would have to go down that list anyway, because who would be number 1 right now? Would it have to be?
Ooh, hold on a second. The number 1 athlete ever from Colorado?
Yeah, and that's hard because it's like you got the people that are still playing right now, like Christian McCaffrey, but then people before Christian McCaffrey that's not playing. I would have to go and do some research.
Yeah, me too. What kind of sports are we including? Because there's a good chance that there's a skier at the top of this list. But that's a good question. Maybe that's a segment for tomorrow.
Let's do it.
Let's
do it.
Colorado-born and bred athletes like Wyndham Clark who get to the pinnacle of their sport. I mean, this has a chance. He's got a chance to really carve a niche in the history of golf if he can keep playing like this.
Because he's winning, and winning big. I mean, Derek White won a championship. He's from the state of Colorado.
That's a great one. He played for Team USA at the Olympics.
Team USA. So you have to, I guess, qualifying, you have to win a championship? Like, you have to start there?
Yeah, probably, unless you're doing an individual sport. Well, I can tell you this. So when the BMW championship came to Denver here, not last year, I think it was 2 summers back.
Yeah, you were caddying.
I did actually caddy for one hole.
You know what? I was caddying.
So Stokely was caddying for Payton, and apparently they had an extra spot inside the ropes. And I got to walk inside the ropes at the Pro-Am with Peyton Manning, Brandon Stokely, Adam Hadwin, the Canadian golfer,
all right,
and Wyndham Clark for 9 holes. And Wyndham was awesome. His dad was awesome. His dad told me his first ever hole-in-one came at 6 years old. Obviously from the junior tees and whatnot. But, so I love Wyndham Clark personally. I had a personal experience with him, so that will leave an impression on me. I got the picture on my Instagram account for the rest of the time.
Wyndham Clark right now, he's the man. He won.
He's the man.
He didn't mess up a locker. Everything is good with him.
Everything is good. Nothing got destroyed, and he's a champion once again. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right, the U.S. keeps their momentum going in the World Cup, a 2-0 victory over Australia that locks the U.S. In as a winner of their pool and their place in the knockout round against a 3 seed. The environment in Seattle looked insane on Friday afternoon. Did you hear him singing Country Roads on the field after the game? I mean, that was nuts. There were so many celebrities there. Soccer right now is the center of the American sports world.
Biggest thing going on right now, ZB, and it just brings everybody closer together. This is what it's all about. You don't have to know a guy's name that's playing for the Team USA. It's about Team USA as a whole.
Right.
You can just watch it, have fun. And there were some funny memes after beating Australia where you remember a couple years ago when the Olympics were going on and they had the breakdancing. I think you were a part of it.
Yeah, with was it who was it Jamaica's breakdancing?
No, it was
no, it's Australia. Yes, it was.
And the
That's
girl
right.
was breakdancing.
Oh my God!
And so there was a bunch of memes out there, after US won.
I saw that. I actually saw that. No Pulisic, right? Is it a calf? Is it a tight?
Yeah, it was marked for the calf.
So
did not play.
We have to keep our eye on that. He's, their best player, our best player. A fun fact: 2018, Trinidad and Tobago come to Colorado and play Team USA at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. I was there and watched him have his first ever multi-goal game playing for our national team.
Look, man, you're the most interesting man in the world. You've done everything. See, one of these days, you're just gonna have to sit down and think about what you have done because you have a story for everything.
it's
So
worked
about
out
that
like
one.
this.
I was a caddy. Like damn.
Crazy. Okay, we're kicking out of the last lap of the mat on the 3 count. An interesting weekend for the Rockies. Also, their name keeps popping up a lot in one category, and we'll tell you what it is next.
One can't stay on the court. The other can't stay on the field. There are certain things that are putting Aaron Gordon and J.K. Dobbins in the same conversation, and neither one should be happy about it.
So is Aaron Gordon now in the J.K. Dobbins category in your mind, that it's not a matter of when he gets hurt or if he gets hurt, it's when he gets hurt and how long will he be out? I mean, at this point, is this just the way he's going to be?
Yeah.
A part-time player, and you're going to be holding your breath, especially come playoff time, every game.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. What if you had the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to Xfinity Summer Savings Event, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. Now through June 22nd, get gig Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 years with equipment and unlimited data included. No strings, no commitments, and get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. Plus, you can even try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. After 12 months, regular rates apply to Mobile Select. Xfinity Internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Dan, I'm not looking to get rich, but I'm not sure what to do. It's something we hear a lot at 303 Law 4040 from people. They've been hurt. They just don't know what to do next. Should they talk to the insurance company? Who's going to pay their medical bills? What if they have to miss work? They don't want to call a lawyer, and they certainly don't want to sue anyone, but they just don't know what to do. Here, take one of our small town clients. He was seriously hurt on his neighbor's property. Tough as nails, salt of the earth guy, and all he was looking to do was the right thing. He said, Dan, I have to live in this town, and I want to be able to hold my head up high when I walk
walk down the street. So if you're talking about suing my neighbor, I'm not interested. I explained that we probably wouldn't have to sue anybody, and we certainly weren't going to hurt his neighbor. In the end, we got him $1.5 million, and he could still hold his head up high in that small town. If you've been hurt, you don't have to feel guilty for calling 303-LAW-4040. We are here to help and fight for what's fair. We don't farm you out to a call center. In fact, we give all of our clients our cell phone numbers. We hope you never need us, but save that number in your phone just in case. It's 303-LAW-4040. That's 303-LAW-4040.
Summer has officially arrived. What's up, guys? It's Zach here. 5280 Exteriors wants to help you get your home ready before the seasons change. All June long, when you purchase a whole house of siding, you'll get free gutter guards, a limited time offer designed to protect your home and your wallet. Don't wait, guys. Book your project now and enjoy stunning new siding before fall weather rolls in. Visit 5280exteriors.com to schedule your free estimate. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Are you one of those people who dread going to the dentist? If so, have you tried sedation dentistry? Learn more about sedation dentistry at coloradosedation.com. Sit back, relax, and dream with the most experienced sedation dentist and staff at Clarkson Dental.
The hot weather is here. Stoke here from my team. ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Has another company told you that you need a new air conditioner? Time to throw in the challenge flag. Rocks Heating and Air offers no obligation, free second opinions. There are amazing financing options and incredible rebates too, only from the best. ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Cheyenne Frontier Days. Born out of the American frontier, come salute our American heroes in the air, in the arena, and in the streets of Cheyenne this July. CFDrodeo.com. See you in Cheyenne.
Hi, this is Larry Jagger with SCL Mortgage, letting you know about our second mortgages for anything you need, including home improvements, paying off debt, and more. Visit us at myspecialmortgage.com or call 303-790-2222, NMLS number 1200716.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Interesting weekend for the Colorado Rockies.
It's my walk-in music when I get home.
Man, you want to know what? So this coming weekend, my son is playing in a baseball tournament, and they are letting the kids pick out a walk-up song.
Come on.
And I'm telling you, this little 7-year-old could not be more excited. Like, think about that. If you're 7, like, a way to express yourself in a 10-second burst of your walk-up song.
So what's the walk-up song?
He is he's going back and forth with a Forrest Frank song.
All right.
And the walk-up music of Willie Castro, which I don't even know what it is, but we went to the Rockies game on Saturday night, and he heard Willie Castro's walk-up music, and he just, like, his eyes get, like, big as saucers. Like, he's like, I want this.
He's like, that's my song.
I want the song. I want the song as my walk-up song. And I'm like, well, take some time to think about it. Like,
Or you should go the Chuck Nasty route. I don't want to lose your love.
My wife said
tonight.
that. My wife literally said that. And so, man, we had a great time at Coors Field on Saturday evening. It was warm, but it was one of these deals that through the baseball league that he's playing in, you can walk on the field before the game.
You're lying.
No. So you get there early.
Yeah.
So the game started at 7:10, I think. So you have to get there at like 6:10, I think, maybe 6 o'clock, something like that. And you it's kind of chaotic because you're dropping these kids off and they're all in these big lines. And where is your team? And so you got to walk quite a bit and figure out where your guys are, and you drop them off with their coaches. And then the next thing you know, you see them like an hour later on the baseball field walking around, and he was just like, again, to a 7-year-old to be on the field.
Yeah, he's taking it all in, man. He's like, this is where I need to be. This is where I will be. Like, every little kid needs to do something like that if they get an opportunity.
If you have that opportunity.
You know, just to be at the big leagues. Say,
Yep.
like, I can be here one of these days.
Wouldn't even have dreamed about it growing up. Like many of the stuff that he gets to do, I wouldn't even have dreamed about
You're
it.
right. You'd be in the back of a police car because you threw rocks at somebody. There's EB.
Oh, my God. Well...
Oh, here we go. Well, about that time.
We did. So how about this? I'll tell you a really quick story I've never told. So I was in elementary school, and we were about, 500 yards from a cemetery outside of my elementary school.
Okay.
And you have to walk past it on the way home. And huge fight broke out with like maybe, 10, 12 kids, something like that. And the cops were called. People were calling the cops. And I was probably, 11, something like that. And cops came. We all got in trouble, right? And one of the things that they did is they said, if you want, you guys can come down to the station on Saturday morning and see what it looks like in there. Dude, no one else's parents brought them. My mom brought me and my son.
Scared straight, right?
Yep. So there we were on a Saturday morning down at our local jail, right, in Scotia, New York. She told the cops to have us get in the cell. I'm not joking you. Get in the cell and you feel what it feels like to be in there.
You should have put the handcuffs on, too.
I don't even remember if we did or didn't. I don't think we did. But my mom encouraging the police, like, can you put them in the cell and close the door and let them feel like what it feels like what road you're going down doing this stuff? Crazy. Okay.
That's a great mom right there. I'll tell you what.
She was a great mom.
That right there is scare you straight.
Yep, she was mom and dad. Okay. Rocks take 2 or 3 from Pittsburgh. I've been to a lot of baseball games in my life. Did you guys see Jake McCarthy's inside the park home run? Oh, my God. And so you were there too?
Yeah, I went on Saturday night. That moment was absolutely electric.
I'm glad someone else can, I have been to so many games, since moving here to Colorado. I've never seen it in the park home run, in person. And to have Skeens on the mound, right? And to see...
First Rockies hitter of the game, too.
Dude, crazy. And to see... So I know Jake McCarthy's fast, right? I watch the games. But to see his speed in person was electric and mind-blowing. He beat out a dribbler yesterday afternoon, the first, that he's the only guy on the team that can get there. But Dante, that speed... in person, how real was it?
Oh, it was awesome. I was like, all right, we got a chance here because the guy dove in center field right then, and he made it pretty easy. It was a little bit of close call at the end, but I think he didn't need to slide up a little bit.
He did not need to slide. He did, but it could have been a stand-up inside the park home run. But to your point, Dante, watching the energy swell with every base he touched to get to the fever pitch of celebrating an in-the-park home run, again, I've never seen it. We were going nuts, and it reminded me of 2017, 2018 when the Rockies were awesome, and it was like that on the weekends.
A lot of Rockies fans in the stadium, too. A surprising amount of pop on every good thing the Rockies did.
Glad you said that. This idea that every weekend they get taken over. Now, it's probably going to happen tonight. I think Boston's in town.
Yeah.
Okay. But, dude, 8 out of every 10 people there were Rockies fans. And it was fun. It was a blast.
Just us fans, we're just ready for this page to be turned and the Rockies can start being good again.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's what we're waiting for. This is a baseball state, just like you could say soccer is big here. And people may not think that, but here in Colorado, it's big. You just have to give us something to cheer for, to want to go to the ballpark. And, of course, going to the ballpark on a Saturday, why would you miss out on that?
Man.
Getting a hot dog, the scenery, your kid gets to be a part of something special. I know I'll be there. And I will be there this year.
It was awesome. They took 2 or 3 from the Padres, so they've won 2, or the Pirates, excuse me. They've won 2 of 3. They've won 3 of 5. They've won 4 of their last 7. We know they're not good. If you have an actively working brain, that wasn't the expectation coming in. We established the baseline as competent and competitive.
There we go.
And that's exactly what they've been. Drew, do we know? Did you have to answer that question? No worries if you don't. That I asked before the break.
Yeah, I'm kind of working on it here. Let's just, for comparison, because you asked me when was the last time they'd gotten to 30 wins.
Yeah, what day was it last year when they got to 30 wins?
So last year it was Saturday, August 2nd.
Saturday, August 2nd.
So we're talking about a month and a half, just about.
Holy smokes.
And by the way, remember how many games they won last year? 43. They're 13 wins away from surpassing last year, and it's what, June 22nd.
Yeah. And again, like we're not blowing bubbles. Like, we're acknowledging
they suck right now.
The situation for what it was, but they suck a lot less than they did a year ago. And if you have eyes on the games, competent, competitive, check. And that's just the facts, guys. Don't get mad at me. Like they are playing significantly better than they were a year ago.
That's great for the Rockies, just in case they do decide, hey, we want to trade some of these guys.
Right.
Get a couple younger players that we can develop in 4 or 5 years from now. They are doing well. So that's what you want. You want the Rockies to still be competent. You want the Rockies to have some guys that you can sell away. So hopefully that still is the case and will be the case before the trade deadline.
Well, that's what I was referring to when I said the Rockies' name keeps popping up in one category. I'm reading an article from ESPN.com, the top 100 trade candidates. Antonio Senzatella, number 29. Mickey Moniak, number 32. Willie Castro, number 44. Jaden Hill, 63. Jake McCarthy, 66. Tomoyuki Sagano, 74. Michael Lorenzen is on the list. Ryan Feltner came in at literally number 100. So they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players in the top 100 players to be traded here, according to ESPN. So it could be a busy deadline, and it should be. Okay, a household name in Denver sports may have played his last game in Colorado, and it's got nothing to do with Jonathan Cooper. Details next.
You asked for it, you got it. Backed by popular demand, it's the Drives Brouhaha.
Big social brouhaha.
This summer, Zach and Phil are back on the road bringing their party to you. Last stop, Arvada. June 26th from 2 to 6 at Arvada Beer Garden.
That was quite a brouhaha.
Come find out what the commotion's all about. Head to DenverSports.com/drive for more details.
Guaranteed to bring the brouhaha.
Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
All right, buckle up, Broncos country. Phillip Lindsay here, and you know I'm all about speed, agility, and of course, getting where I need to go efficiently. And when it comes to your summer vacation, you need that same kind of reliable power. And that's why I'm teaming up with my friends at Hermes Worldwide. Let's be real, getting to and from the airport or your destination could be a total fumble. Stressful parking, unreliable ride sharing, and nobody needs to deal with that. This is where Hermes Worldwide steps in and scores that game-winning touchdown for your travel plans. They offer top-notch transportation services, from sleek airport transfers in comfortable, clean vehicles to reliable long-distance travel. They are dependable and also professional, and they understand your vacation time is precious to you and your family. So, ditch the travel day headaches and make your summer vacation a guaranteed win. Give Hermes Worldwide a call today at 303-577-7600 or visit them online at ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, that's ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Most home sellers get one offer. It's somewhere between lowball and not good enough. Orchard changes that. With Orchard's new Orchard Offers, you don't just get one offer, you get multiple cash offers from serious investors all competing for your home. That's right. Make investors compete with Orchard's cash offer marketplace. Here's how it works. You work with an Orchard agent who submits your home to their exclusive network of hundreds of local cash buyers. They come to you with offers. You review them all and pick the best one on your terms. So you don't have to settle on one offer or worry about leaving money on the table. You see every offer side by side. That's how you know you're getting top dollar. Orchard Offers means no repairs, no showings, no drawn-out process. Before you accept any offer, see them all first. Get a free home valuation and see your offers today with Orchard Offers. Go to Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
A family office is a team built to handle the three biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
From cowboy flying aces to local astronauts, discover the Coloradans who changed flight forever. Determined to fly. Now open at Wings Over the Rockies. Learn more at wingsmuseum.org.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, shifting gears here for a second. I have one quick story from my Saturday night at Coors Field. I'll tell you in 1 second. First, summer is here. That means road trips, baby. But with gas prices, you're questioning whether or not to take that trip. Denver Sports is here to help. Enter for your chance to win a weekly $250 gas card and a possible grand prize of $1,000. All you have to do is listen for the keyword every hour and text it to 303-713-1043 before that hour ends. The more keywords you enter, the more chances you have to win. For complete rules, visit DenverSports.com/keyword. I'll tell you a quick story. We'll get into a household name in Denver sports may have played his last game in Colorado. It's got nothing to do with Jonathan Cooper. Put a pin in that for 90 seconds. Saturday night, I'm at Coors Field, and I'm there with my wife and two kids. And we're
enjoying that gigantic hot dog, right?
Actually, we did have one of those hot dogs. We did.
Did you?
Yeah, we split it. Me and my wife split it.
Yeah, right. You ate all that.
No. She came back with it. She's like, I didn't realize it was going to be this big, and she doesn't like these big pieces of meat. That's why she married me.
Had
to. Sorry. And so we're sitting in right field, okay?
Yep.
And I think it was section 206. And in right field, when you're sitting where we were sitting, we were with a bunch of baseball parents and stuff, and from our team, we all got grouped together. And we got physical tickets. It was good to hold a paper ticket again. I missed that.
You held the paper tickets, the one you went and bought.
You're on it, yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah,
man.
at the thrift store from the first game ever for the Colorado Rockies at the Old Mile High at a thrift store for $10. I'm like, holy smokes, this thing's mispriced. Give me that thing. And so we're sitting in right field, and where you're sitting, where we were sitting, you can't even really see the right fielder. Like when deep pop flies go to the warning track area, you can't even see it. And if you've ever sat in the outfield, you know what I'm talking about. So these players, they're warming up in between innings, throwing the ball back and forth, right? And then when the inning is about to start, most of the time they'll throw the ball up into the crowd, right? And so they're throwing the ball to mostly the 100 level, and that's the people that they can see more clearly. And in between one of the innings, man, the right fielder, and I think it was the Rockies in the field. Dude, he wants to get one up to the second level.
Which he's thinking of everybody.
He is, man. It's like, okay, so not everyone's going to sit in the that lower section. I'm going to get this one up. So this dude hurls this baseball hard enough to get it up to 200 level.
He's a professional athlete too, by the way, so my man can throw.
Yes. This ball hummed right by my wife's head and straight into a girl's face. Yeah. Hit her like on the upper face, lower head,
So
skull
not quite
area.
the temple, but
not
around
quite
it.
the temple, but right around there. Just a tick up maybe. And she must have been 14 years old. Dude, smashed in the head.
Now, was she crying? Like, was she on the ground? Dramatic? Like, that, I would have been.
Believe it or not, she wasn't. And, like, here I go, like, stepping into someone else's business that's got nothing to do with me. But I'm like, hey, like, are you okay? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, I don't think you are. And so I went and told an usher, I'm like, dude, hey, listen to me. That girl right there got smashed in the head with a baseball right now. Like, we need to, like, check on her, make sure she's okay.
Bring somebody.
Anyway, be on your P's and Q's. You know, and these lower level foul balls, I can't believe it. These, and it was Jake McCarthy, I think, was the one who threw it to her, who was playing right field on Saturday. These foul balls that go up the first baseline and they hit the net. Dude, 12, 13 years ago, that net wasn't there. I don't know how we ever allowed these lasers coming off a pro athlete's bat that are coming in 100 miles per hour from the mound.
You're not lying. That's crazy.
Dude, and I remember what it was like, and I remember being on the air saying, this is dangerous in my Albany days, and I even think at this maybe start of my tenure here, being like, this is wild. Guys, I'm sitting down there like, people are getting hit. It took 100 years to figure it out. Extend the net.
Well, I'm wondering, maybe MLB fines the player for doing it like that, because I know in the NFL you're not allowed to throw the ball like a throwing motion, like your quarterback, into the stands. You can hand the ball and you'll get fined the $500 for the ball, but if you throw it at somebody and you get hit or a fan gets hit, they get fined like big time money, like $10,000, $15,000, things like that.
So no, I don't think that's relevant to Major League Baseball, because it's amazing sitting there watching live how many balls they go through.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it on TV. I mean, these balls are lasting 4 or 5 pitches at the most. And then they're just changing them in and out. Any little scuff mark on these balls, anytime the ball is hit, anytime, like, they're not reusing any of these, and they're constantly getting thrown into the crowd. Anyway. All right. What the hell are we supposed to be doing here? Oh.
Talking about baseballs flying at everybody.
A household.
Duck, dive, dip, dodge, and dodge.
Oh, my God. Okay. A household name in Colorado in Denver sports may have played his last game in Colorado.
Yeah. Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Val Nichushkin, whose name continuously popping up in trade rumors right now. Elliot Friedman's 32 Thoughts podcast. Check. I'm reading an article over the weekend from The Athletic. Check. I'm reading ESPN over the weekend. Check. Val's name is in all of it. All of it. And if Elliot Friedman's talking about it, right? That's like Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter, talking about a Bronco getting traded. There's real momentum moving in this direction, Phil.
But you know what, Z? Obviously, like, this is something that everybody has been talking about. Val himself should know that at this point he may get traded. One, this was supposedly the cup or bust year. All right, and Val, he wasn't up to par. He didn't do his part throughout the regular season and damn sure during the postseason. Now, he was there. His presence was felt at times, but he wasn't as consistent. The last time Val was really that man, him, was when they won the cup. And everybody was talking about how great Val was. And then he started having the distractions, and we know the drama around him. So now it's the time to move Val. It's a salary dump. So you may not get a lot for Val because he's not playing his best hockey now. But at some point, it's like, man, we just need to get rid of this contract so that we can free up some money and we can move from there. Val was really good as an Av for a very long time. But at some point, just like we talk about Aaron Gordon or anybody else that gets older or dealing with an injury or just not producing like he's supposed to be, this is a performance-based business. Yeah. You have to move on. So I'm not surprised that Val's moving on. I'm going to be surprised if they can get some big-time players or some draft picks for him. That's going to be the surprising thing because of what comes with Val, the baggage that comes with Val.
Yeah, I think you're making a good point on, like, the return for Nichushkin is not going to change the dynamic of the ads. I mean, not with the information that I have. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll find just the perfect deal. But it's about getting out from underneath that money, having that flexibility to continually build out this roster. Val, man, at one point in time, it was trending like this is going to be one of the better players in the entire league. You could argue he was their best player on the Cup run in 22, but it has just since then, and they signed him, it just hasn't been the same. And
it was between Kadri or Val. They decided to get rid of Kadri, and then Val was signed.
Yeah, and it's gotten worse. He seems a lot of times invisible. You just don't feel him anymore. And at the time, I'll mention this too, it was like a bigger money deal at the time, and the way that the cap has gone up, it's more of a manageable deal for another team to onboard that salary if that's what they want to do. Okay, shifting gears here. Late last week, we talked about a Denver Bronco who may have improved their stock in OTAs and minicamp. Did anyone's stock dip over that same period of time? That's next.
Parents, looking for a fun way to get your kid active this summer?
Are you kidding me?
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan's third annual Be a Mentor, Be a Fan Youth Football Camp is back. Brought to you by Walmart. Saturday, June 27th at Denver South High School's All-City Stadium. Your child, ages 8 to 14, will learn the fundamentals of football in a safe, hands-on environment from people who played the game at the highest level. We're talking former Denver Broncos Mark Schlereth, Phillip Lindsay, and Brandon Stokely, along with a trusted coaching staff from Denver South. And every dollar raised goes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado. So your family is giving back just by showing up. Sign up today at DenverSports.com/camp. That's DenverSports.com/camp.
You know that feeling, sitting at the kitchen table, staring at a stack of bills, wondering how you got here? Credit cards, car payments, subscriptions you forgot about. It all piles up. But here's the thing. If you own a home, you're sitting on the answer. American Financing can help you declutter your monthly bills into a single manageable payment. Their salary-based mortgage consultants look at your entire financial picture, not just one piece, all right? The average customer savings is $800 a month. You may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there is never any upfront fees or obligation with American Financing. This is a family-owned lender, not one of those big banks where you're just a number. So pick up the phone and start that conversation at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or simply visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. And if there's 2 things you can count on, it's your smoke detector battery dying at 3 a.m. Not 3 p.m. on a Saturday when you have nothing going on, but in the middle of the night when you're fast asleep.
Oh, come on!
Get 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Just one more thing you can count on. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about the Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite. It's bright, it's bubbly, it's back.
The Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich, it's so rich, and you can choose between the original or the spicy filet.
Ooh, boy.
And then you got those pickled jalapenos tucked right under the filet, and then just to top it all off, you've got a little honey drizzle right on top.
Okay, now I'm a pimento fan.
And I'm feeling the dragon fruit.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly near and far without any glasses thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at ColoradoRLE.com. Cutarelli Vision RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. ColoradoRLE.com.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact.
If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Do you know the Joker's stat line, but not your bottom line? Are you checking Rock's box scores and not your credit score? You watching Nate Dogg rack up assists but ignoring your own assets? I've been there. Trust me, it's Josh over here to tell you how my money's going farther these days. That's what I like about BOK Financial. It's what they're doing with Let's Talk Money. It's about paying a little more attention to the financial stuff that we all tend to avoid. Visit BOKFinancial.com to learn more. How that money you're saving can go a little farther. Let's talk money. BOK Financial, member FDIC, conditions apply.
Your roof's the single most important part of your house. Snow and high winds can damage your roof. Don't trust your roof to any fly-by-night roofing companies. Call the professionals at Golden Spike for a free roof inspection and tell them you heard about it on The Fan. They're a locally owned company and a Team Dave Logan member.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here, and if you're over 50, there's a good chance you're dealing with an enlarged prostate. Waking up at night, weak stream, all of it. Here's the good news. PAE, prostate artery embolization, is minimally invasive, done through a tiny pinhole, and you're home the same day. Most men who have PAE don't experience any sexual side effects associated with conventional prostate surgery. At Colorado Advanced Endovascular, their experienced team offers specialized prostate treatment with near zero impact on sexual function. Lakewood location, personalized care. Visit coloradoae.com.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has been fighting for seriously injured car accident victims in Colorado. Serious accidents demand serious representation. We dig into every detail of your case, and we don't back down until we get you the maximum compensation you deserve. If you or someone you love has been seriously injured in a car accident, call the Wilhite Law Firm today at 303-GOOD-LAW or visit wilhitewins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or visit wilhitewins.com.
Brenda Stokely from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. They conduct over 150 auctions every year, selling tens of thousands of items at the price you set. Auctions are held regularly for Colorado government agencies, and they always have big-ticket items at great prices. That's why I love Roller Auction. And almost all bidding is conducted online in real time, and it's open to the public. Anyone can participate. Check back regularly. New auctions are added weekly. Be the first to know about new auctions available for bidding when you sign up for email notifications. Go to rollerauction.com/thefan.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
One Wheel Broncos talk. Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Late last week, we talked about a Denver Bronco who may have improved their stock as much as you can in OTAs and mandatory minicamp. If we turn that coin over, we wanted to be positive about it first. And so we did the segment on Thursday. We were off Friday.
Yep.
Dante, did you keep us on the air on Friday?
I did. Well, I was doing the midday show, but yes.
Oh, you did the midday show.
Yes, I was me and Dan Jacobs.
You and Dan T.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. All
4
right.
hours. How'd it go, man?
It went really well, I thought. Someone actually, I wasn't going to mention this. Someone on the text line was like, yeah, Dante gave Dan the work, basically, on Friday.
Okay.
Really?
That came in the last, 30 minutes.
I love it. I love it. Well, thanks for keeping us afloat. So, again, we wanted to lead with the positive on Thursday, but today we turned that coin over. as much as a stock can drop during OTAs and mandatory minicamp, all right, whether it's their own fault or not, is there someone that comes to your mind where you say, man, you want to know what? It's dipping a little bit for you.
Yeah, a guy in my mind, and I can visually see him. Maybe it's just because he just had a camp and he got done talking, but this is not his fault why he's dipping. Right, his stock is dipped. But it has to be Marvin Mims because of the addition of Jalen Waddle before the season starts, before the offseason even started. And even when you watch these OTAs, these offseason practices, you have Troy Franklin that seems like he's going to take another step in the right direction. Pat Bryant, that's in Sean Payton's vision. So where does that leave someone like Marvin Mims? His stock has dipped because of the guys around him, the younger players that are getting better, and also a player like Jalen Waddle who can do with what Marvin Mims does. And what I mean by that is Jalen Waddle's a utility guy along with being a starting receiver. There's going to be times where you're going to see Jalen Waddle lined up in the backfield. There's going to be times where Jalen Waddle's taking a reverse and a handoff. That's something that Marvin Mims has been doing for the past 2 or 3 years that now Jalen Waddle is going to be doing. And a little birdie told me, and a lot of times we can't watch practice at the beginning of practice. They usually go through a lot of trick plays before the media is let in, and they're doing a lot of work with Jalen Waddle throwing the ball. Well, that's something that Marvin Mims probably could do. I've seen Marvin Mims throw the ball. He can throw it, but they want to give it to Jalen Waddle. So if that's the case, where's room for for Marvin Mims? Where can you put Marvin Mims if he's not the number 3 as an offensive weapon? If he's just a utility guy, but you're going to use Jalen Waddle, are you just going to have him on the team just to do special teams and particularly just catch a punt? I mean, if they can get a guy to do that and the coaching staff can start trusting a guy to catch a punt, they may end up moving on, and the Denver Broncos may end up moving on from Marvin Mims. So with that being said, it's Marvin Mims taking that dip, and it's not because of him. It's because of the players around him and the coaches having a vision for these younger players, ZB.
Well, it's hard to disagree with most of what you said there. And the word that comes to mind, I used it last week with Mims after the Waddle edition. And I'm using it loosely, but it feels like they could be a little bit redundant. Like the thing that you do, he does even better. And I don't want to see Marvin Mims get moved. I don't think you're going to become a better football team with him walking out the door, right? A draft pick can't play right now, right? It's just an asset to have in your pocket. Not to say that there's not value in that, because there is. And the Broncos may ultimately say, yeah, it's worth it. But I think this is going to be a story until it's not. I think it's going to be a story until it's not. Similarly, someone else that you could file under it's going to be a story until it's not, and I would bring up in this conversation, as much as a stock can dip during this time of year, Jahdae Barron comes to mind. You were not on the football field a year ago, and I know we talked about him a little bit last week, but you were not on the football field as a first-round draft pick, the 20th overall selection, all right? And in year number 2, your off-season program gets started with you not being 100% healthy.
Yep.
And we know we had Jahdae Barron had some groin surgery back in early February 3rd. That's a long way from where we were, 2 weeks ago. It was supposed to be considered minor. I don't know if that was a setback. I don't know if there's a separate injury. I'm just not sure. But the only thing I am sure of is that guy was not a full participant. And even when he ramped up his participation in mandatory minicamp, there was still just massive chunks of practice where he's just on the sideline, no helmet on. And it's just going to be a conversation until it's not. I have no idea. I've told you, I don't like the way I feel about this. I don't think this has gone according to plan at all.
Nope.
And they can, they have a job to do, and they'll spin it the way that they want to spin it. But I have an actively working brain and can think for myself. This is just not gone according to plan.
Well, I'll tell you this. The camp battle is going to be Jaquan McMillan versus Jahdae Barron. And for Jahdae Barron, the coaches want to put you in front of Jaquan McMillan. They do not want to pay Jaquan. If they wanted to pay Jaquan, they would have already done that. But because the Denver Broncos, Sean Payton, George Payton spent a first-round draft pick on you, they want to see this through. They want Jahdae Barron to come out on top this camp. And the only way that can happen is Jahdae Barron needs to be available. So whatever he's dealing with, hopefully he's ready to go during camp, because I'll tell you what, Jaquan McMillan is ready to go. He wants to get paid. He's healthy. He looked really, really good during OTAs already. So that's going to be a fun matchup, fun battle to watch and dissect throughout the camp.
Yeah. Another name that comes up that's further down on the totem pole in, comparatively to Marvin Mims and Jade Barron, Jaquan McMillan, all that, is Caleb Lohner, who Sean Payton literally stopped what he was doing and made a point to talk about this guy in 4 different cuts of audio that we played at the time, just how much better and different. It was like a new Caleb Lohner. And you guys know Caleb Lohner, 7th round, a tight end out of Utah, but a converted basketball player.
Yep.
He is a physical specimen. He is massive. Sean talks about how big his hands are. This was a elite athlete on the basketball court and a warm-up line guy, like a guy like you wanted to watch in warm-ups because he can do windmills and 360s, and it looks like he can throw it between his legs.
Well, last year you saw it a couple times during camp. Very inconsistent, but there was times where he was getting up. Caleb Lohner was getting up and jumping. It's like, okay, like that's the athletic ability that Sean Payton sees.
Yeah, and there's a reason why they drafted him. Now, he's a Powerball ticket, but the odds on that Powerball ticket cashing just got a little bit longer when you are reshaping, and Sean is speaking so glowingly of you and the hope that you could work out, and then you have surgery and you miss mandatory minicamp and OTAs. It's just a setback. And again, by no fault of his own, right? Same with the Barron stuff. You're banged up by no fault of your own, but like, this is sports, and to think this stuff doesn't matter, it does matter, especially for someone like Lohner.
The tight end position, there may be 3 or 4 guys that make the 53-man roster, and then there may be one that ends up on practice squad. All right, there's a lot of bodies in that tight end room. You have Adam Trotman, you have Evan Ingram, they're going to definitely make the team. Joe Lee's going to be another one that the Denver Broncos drafted early in the 5th round.
Yeah, he's
going to probably make the team. So now that leads one more spot in a practice squad spot along with that. And so for Lohner, in order to get that practice squad spot, because that's exactly what it's going to probably be, man, you have to be available too, like Jade Barron, right? You have to be available and be ready to play if you're trying to even make this practice squad this year.
Someone on the RamosLaw.com text line, they're trying to trade Lohner. You can't trade him.
No.
There's no tape to even point to. He was always an experiment and a project.
Yeah, nobody is going to trade for Lohner.
No, you didn't trade a 7th. You drafted him in the 7th. No one, and likely no one was going to draft him. And the Broncos did. He's their little project. He's their big pet cat. And
there you go.
We'll see how this all. We'll see
big
how
old furball. Huh?
We'll see how this all ages for these guys. Okay, the NBA draft is tomorrow night, and we have more rumors about the Nuggets. And boy, is it a sign of the times if it is ultimately true. And I'll explain why next.
3 years ago, the Broncos were a laughingstock. Now, back-to-back playoffs, 32 wins, and an ownership group spending like they mean it. Now Cecil's ready to say what Broncos country is thinking.
The greatest bit of news and information that I can provide today for you is merely this. Greg Penner is inevitable. Greg Penner is undeniable. Greg Penner and the Walton Penner Group and the Denver Broncos are going to be a dynasty. They just are. That sort of businessman, that sort of business people do is they excel.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for my friends at Homestrong. Do you see cracks in the drywall, water in the basement, concrete sinking or shifting? Guys, call Homestrong, the highest-rated structural company in the state with over 300 5-star Google reviews. Family-owned, more than 2 decades of experience, and highly trained inspectors who start with a free inspection and a free quote. They handle foundation repair, waterproofing, crawl space encapsulation, egress windows, concrete lifting, decorative concrete, and full basement conversions. Most work includes a lifetime transferable warranty plus financing options. If the work you need is at or below the ground, Homestrong is the best in town. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Rob Biandino here at BeatTheDA.com. My law firm's doing a ton of divorce cases these days, and the bottom line is I see a lot of controlling spouses. They try to control and threaten you with calling the police. They threaten you with taking the kids. But the worst ones are to control the money. The ones who control the money, we got to get to the bottom of. We got the investigators, we got the forensic guys, we got the experts, the bank guys. They can go find and track whatever's hidden. At the end of the day, hit me up at BeatTheDA.com or 720-706-5151.
Performance matters in intimate moments. Don't let ED ruin them. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and I want to assure you that if you're like the vast majority of guys, you don't have to suffer with ED anymore. In fact, you might be pleasantly surprised at how the right treatments could positively impact your love life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, our advanced medical therapies go far beyond pills. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, and we offer specific and combinative treatments that can dramatically enhance both your performance and your stamina. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a far greater level of intimacy to both you and the one you love, perhaps performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and find out why our advanced treatment strategies offer so much more. Your first visit is just $99 and gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, advanced medical science to improve men's lives.
Hey guys, it's that time of year, time to get your lawn in great shape for the season. And when it comes to healthier, greener grass, I know of no two better products than Rich Lawn Turf Food and Revive Ready Spray. Rich Lawn Turf Food is premium organic-based fertilizer that builds stronger soil and keeps your lawn lush and green longer. And you'll find Rich Lawn Turf Food along with Easy Green Grass Seed, Iron Rich for yellow lawns, and Go Rich organic-based garden fertilizer at the Home Depot or your local garden center. Then give your lawn a boost with Revive, the fast-acting organic-based lawn treatment that helps create thicker, greener grass with deeper watering and deeper roots. Say goodbye to the backyard blues, guys. With Rich Lawn and Revive, your yard will be ready in no time. Find it at Home Depot or your local gardening center.
Over his Hall of Fame career, Terrell Davis racked up impressive numbers. 65 touchdowns, 2 championships, almost 8,000 rushing.
That's why I bank at Colorado Credit Union.
That's a weird segue.
Colorado Credit Union treats me like a person, not a number.
With personal service, great rates, and smart financial advice.
And those are just 3 great perks.
We can stop with the numbers now.
You don't have to be a legend to bank like one at Colorado Credit Union. Visit ccu.org. Terms and restrictions apply. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Hey everybody, Cecil Lammy here from my friends at SodaDietAndNutrition.com. 866-800-SODA is the phone number. And 5 years ago, I lost 60 pounds. 60 pounds gone, lost forever, and never coming back. Why? Because of the dynamic diet that their nutritionist specifically trained, customized a dynamic diet for each person like they did for me. They can do it for you as well. Everyone has different food sensitivities, responses, weaknesses, lifestyle habits, and behaviors, so a one-size-fits-all approach doesn't work. Dynamic Diet highlights that personalized approach, and it's really that personal touch that takes soda and puts them over the top. Online, SodaDietAndNutrition.com. 60 pounds down 5 years ago, and I've never gained it back, and those 60 pounds came off naturally. There's no mystery pills, no chemicals in my body. I'm not giving myself a shot every day. I'm eating the right things at the right time every single day, because of SodaDietNutrition.com, soda is, everybody say it with me, they're state of the art.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
When Vantage walks your property for a threat zone analysis, they don't send a salesman. They send a security pro with years of experience designing and installing these systems. The same pro who walks your property, designs your system, installs your cameras, and picks up the phone 3 years later when you need them. Same team, start to finish. That's the Vantage standard. Invest in real security for your home. Call Vantage at 720-366-7759 or visit VSSIColorado.com today.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is volley. Text volley to 303-713-1043 right now for your chance to win a $250 gas card. That's volley to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from DenverSports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
NBA draft tomorrow night.
Here we go.
Man, it's being reported over the weekend that the Denver Nuggets could package Zeke Naji in the 26th overall pick. Holy smokes.
That's going to move the needle.
Holy smokes. We know Naji, man. This contract,
Yeah, what was Calvin Booth thinking, man?
a 4-year, $32 million deal back in October of 2023. Zeke Naji, like Christian Brown's contract is worse, right? Because of the as many years, 5-year deal and the amount of money on it. And
but at least CB is playing.
So, I was just going to say, but CB mostly earned that contract through 3 awesome years of play, and then we have a really, a stinker of a year in which he was dealing with injuries throughout. And I've maintained, hey, you this idea that you want to trade Christian Brown? No.
He's staying here.
No,
nobody's taking on that contract.
No one's taking on that contract, but he needs to recoup his value. He's a good basketball player who had a bad year. I believe that. And so I would bet on that guy bouncing back, and I will, and I think the Nuggets will. But Zeke's contract, although not the finances of CB's deal, it was so unearned. Like, what he did to get that contract, it's unthinkable.
Yeah, just show up. Like, this was school. If you show up every day to school, you're going to get a C. That's what Zeke Naji did. It's not like he played a lot.
No, but he like, if you look back, when he got that contract back in October of 23.
Yeah.
I mean, in that year, he was averaging 5 points. Like 5 points and 2 rebounds. And you got a $32 million contract?
Yeah.
Like, what? That is unthinkable.
That type of stuff right there in the locker room, ZB, everybody's talking about and they're mad. You're upset because this player is getting $32 million, isn't going to touch the court at all, especially when the playoffs come rolling around, but he's smiling from ear to ear because he's going home with a fat-ass check every single week. Where somebody else who's going to play a lot of minutes,
Tim Hardaway Jr.?
Tim Hardaway Jr.
On a minimum, making the second most threes in franchise history.
Come on,
Could you imagine the way he looks at Zeke Naji? Murder in his eyes. Like looking across the locker room, like $32 million? You've never done anything in the NBA. And obviously this isn't a personal conversation, right? We're talking about professional athletes.
But it's a performance-based business.
It is.
When you perform at a high level, you're supposed to get paid like a high player. But when you don't and you just sit there and you eat some popcorn and you get to raise your hand up when a guy hits a 3 but still make $32 million?
Dude, he is owed $7.5 million this season. He's never averaged 7 points. Think about that statement. He's due over $7 million for this coming season. He's never averaged 7 points.
Somebody's going to need Harvey at some point, and somebody's going to need this man's agent.
Yeah,
Who's Zeke Naji's agent?
My goodness. By the way, I think some clarity on the Jonathan Cooper situation at the top of the hour. And I have completely flipped on my outlook for this coming season.
You must tune in on this one, man.
It's pretty interesting. But yeah, it's a albatross of a contract. The Nuggets, and this is why I say it's a sign of the time. Like, we were having the conversation last week. Could they package Cam Johnson with the 26th pick to move up?
Yes.
You're not moving up the draft board by packaging Zeke Naji to it.
So what are you doing? So you're just gonna have your first pick, 26 overall, and you're gonna just add Zeke Naji just to get rid of the money?
Just to get rid of the money. And that's why I'm saying if this happens, boy, oh boy, a sign of the times it will be. Because the Nuggets, as I told you guys, the first week after the season ended, unfortunately, in the first freaking round, the goal of this offseason would be shed money. And they'll do it in the name of flexibility, but in reality, it will be to get below the luxury tax so they don't get hit with the repeater tax again. But for Zeke Naji to be involved in these conversations, I'm shaking my head because you're going to have to, there's a very real argument. Like, you got to get this pick right. But if the goal is getting out from underneath the finances, you're now attaching your first round pick to get out of this awful deal.
But tell me this, like I'm confused. Like, you're gonna use Zeke Naji and you're gonna give your 26th overall pick, but you think you're gonna move up?
No. I think it'll just be to get out from underneath the money.
So, okay.
Like Zeke Naji's not like a viable NBA player. You know,
nobody is taking him.
So, like, in order for someone to take him, you're going to have to attach the 26th overall pick to get him out of town. You're not getting another player. I mean, like, this is why if this goes down, it's like, holy smokes. Now, who knows if this is going to go down? Because we have rumors left and right here. Attach Cam Johnson to the 26th pick and try to move up, all right, which you're probably, like, you're not going to get on the draft board where you think you're going to get. Like, you're not moving up from 26 to 12.
Well, where do you think you're moving with someone like Cam Johnson? Let's just go Cam Johnson. And none of your speculating. Just takes one.
6 picks. Something like that. Which is crazy because you just traded Michael Porter Jr. plus a first-round pick to get out from underneath that contract and to bring in Cam Johnson. And if you move Cam Johnson along with the 26th pick for 5 spots 1 year later, it's just – the mistakes have added up here. And the Nuggets are in a situation where I don't, I can't draw enough positivity. I would have to be manufacturing, like purposefully and heavy-handedly manufacturing positivity.
Lizzie, this is why you continue to say this is going to be a gap year because of moves like this. Where you have Zeke Naji on a $32 million contract that doesn't even play. You're going to have to attach him to your first-round draft pick. We may end up getting rid of Cam Johnson, too. Oh, and AG might be out the door as well.
Yep.
At some point, you might look at this and say, just blow it all up. Just blow it all up so you do have a chance, not this year coming up, but the year after that for Jokic. And, of course, for us fans.
I will continue to maintain that you are going nowhere in today's NBA when your 2 best players are your 2 worst defenders. So which lever are you going to pull? The Jokic one? Probably not. Jamal? Stock's never been higher based on regular season performance. And Adam Pensack. You've never heard that name before.
Nope.
No one's ever heard that name before.
How do you know it?
That is Zeke Naji's agent. And
Adam
you go in the Agent Hall of Fame. Adam Pensack from Pensack Sports. You are in the Hall of Fame for getting that $32 million deal done. Where this guy's going to make $7.5 million. He's never averaged 7.5 points.
Adam Pensack.
You are a legend. You're an absolute legend.
You are the man.
All right. Very, very interesting story in the Denver Post relating to a CU legend and Deion Sanders' current handling of the program. We heard from someone I didn't think we'd hear from. Also, I've taken a dive into the Jonathan Cooper situation, why things may not appear as they currently seem, and why he will play for the Broncos this year unless one specific party steps in. We'll get to all of that as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
One can't stay on the court, the other can't stay on the field. There are certain things that are putting Aaron Gordon and J.K. Dobbins in the same conversation, and neither one should be happy about it.
So is Aaron Gordon now in the J.K. Dobbins category in your mind, that it's not a matter of when he gets hurt or if he gets hurt, it's when he gets hurt and how long will he be out? I mean, is he, at this point, is this just the way he's going to be?
Yeah.
A part-time player, and you're going to be holding your breath, especially come playoff time, every game.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This week's Recovery of the Week is brought to you by Step Denver, the men's residential addiction recovery program in Lower Downtown. Our Recovery of the Week this week belongs to the Denver Broncos, who after a long offseason were back at the facility practicing for Phase 1, Phase 2 of OTAs, and also for mandatory minicamp. And after going hard for 3 straight weeks, they'll have the next 5 weeks off and then recover and return for training camp.
And that is your Recovery of the Week, brought to you by Step Denver. Sitting down with Randy from Step Denver. Randy, thank you for sitting down with us. If you don't mind, just tell us what brought you to Step Denver and what's been your experience thus far.
Well, back in early September, my addiction had gotten really bad. And I knew I needed help, and a very good friend of mine suggested Step. I didn't know anything about it, to be honest with you, but I came knowing I needed help, and Step has changed my life. This is the best I have felt in years. I love the structure of Step, everyone here, the brotherhood, the friends I've made. Today is day 97 for me. Excellent. And I'm in a very good place now with my sobriety. I feel good, I'm working, saving money. I have reconnected with my kids, which is incredible. I get to see them and the rest of my family next week. Excellent. Yeah, it's, like I said, completely changed my life, and I feel great.
Man, I am so happy to hear that. Thank you so much for sitting down and being vulnerable with us and getting the message for Step Denver out there. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
If you are someone who is ready and willing to seek help, call now or visit stepdenver.org. If you'd like to give, donations are also accepted at that same link, stepdenver.org.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, Dr. Joseph Ramos is both a doctor and a lawyer, combining legal and medical expertise. He can help. Ramos Law, the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. RamosLaw.com.
Hey guys, did you know that 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone? They have low energy, low sex drive, low motivation, and barely recognize themselves. But 100% of them can get it all back and feel like themselves again at Low T Center. Low T Center is the original TRT clinic, changing lives since 2009. Their expert providers work to tailor TRT plans to every man to get his levels back to where they need to be. They can help you get your energy, your focus, and sex drive back. They can even work with most major insurance providers. So head over to FixMyLowT.com and book your free testosterone test. FixMyLowT.com.
Who helps keep Colorado's wildlife wild? Our people do.
Hello, my name is Patricia. I've been with Chevron for over 17 years.
Her team uses GPS to track where mule deer and pronghorn roam throughout the seasons. This data helps us take their habitats into consideration when planning our operations.
When we created our comprehensive wildlife and conservation program, it was really about what was possible.
Learn more at colorado.chevron.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of my friends at American Financing. Let's do some honest math. The interest rate on your credit cards, 20% or more. Your mortgage rate, much lower. So why are you sending hundreds of dollars a month to credit card companies when your home's equity could wipe out that debt? That's exactly what American Financing helps homeowners do. And they're doing it every single day for people just like you. Consolidate, collaborate, conquer. The average customer saves around $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants are licensed in all 50 states. No upfront fees, no obligation. Stop financing your past and start funding your future. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
If you are considering sedation dentistry and want to learn more about it, Clarkson Dental can help. When it comes to your health, you want to make sure you know all the details. The highly trained professionals at Clarkson Dental have your answers. Learn more at coloradosedation.com.
Hey, it's Phillip Lindsay here. Do you need a new roof, gutters, or exterior needs? Monarch is your one-stop shop, backed by 16 years of experience and over 10,000 satisfied customers. Their in-house insurance team fights for you, and their white glove service means every detail is handled with care. Competitive pricing, award-winning craftsmanship, and the only roofer the Denver Broncos chose to endorse. A proud member of Team Dave Logan, make the call to your home team, Monarch Construction and Roofing, the official roofer of the Denver Broncos.
Taco Bell's new jalapeno citrus salsa, the sauce with main character energy. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only, while supplies last.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Interesting story in the Denver Post relating to a CU legend and Deion Sanders' current handling of the program. Tell you who said what, and the who is Darian Hagan. And I did not think that we were going to get Darian Hagan on the record with the Denver Post, and here we are. Real quick, before we get to that, is your kid interested in picking up the game of football? Join us, Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, for our third annual Be a Mentor, Be a Fan youth football camp presented by Walmart this Saturday, June 27th at Denver South High School's All-City Stadium. Kids age 8 to 14 can enjoy hands-on coaching from former Broncos like Stink, Stoke, Phil, as well as a staff of coaches from Denver South. All proceeds benefit Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado. For more info and to register your kiddo, head to denversports.com/camp. Okay, Darian Hagan talking to the Denver Post here. And it turns out Darian Hagan, legendary figure for CU, former quarterback, national champion, Mount Rushmore. Is it safe to say Darian Hagan's on Mount Rushmore?
Hands down, ZB. Great person, great player, great coach. And just a little bit before we go on, I have to give a shout-out to Coach Hagan because without him, I don't get to the NFL. We talked about it earlier, but I'm going to have to say it again. I had three fathers. I have my real dad who got me to this point, all right? I have my uncle that got me over the hump from high school to get into college. And then I have Coach Hagan that unlocked something else in me during college. All right, made me feel like myself again, let me play free, and gave me the opportunity to go to the next level because of how he coached me and how he just let me go. And he didn't hold me back. He didn't tell me to run a certain way. It was like, man, go make something out of this, right? You have an opportunity, make somebody miss, and he is going to always love you up, man. That's something about Coach Hagan. He was always going to be there for not just me, but everybody. Everybody in that running back room has a great relationship with Coach Hagan because of the man he is. And, you know, you look at him and people know him as this quarterback that took University of Colorado to a national championship and won the damn thing. Yeah. But for me, I look at it as a father figure that was there when I was in college, somebody I can lean on, have fun with, joke around with. I used to call him Fathead all the time because my man has a big old head. But he would always clown back, and that's the type of relationship that you want, and you feel like you're in a safe spot, safe place. And he did that, and he gave us all the tools to be great at what we needed to do. And that's actually where I got star in our role. One day, funny story, one day, you know, everybody has their nicknames. Every position has their nicknames. We had the Blackout Boys were the receivers, and the quarterbacks were something else. And he comes in and says, I got a good name for us. You know, first we were going to be called like, hey, like we're moving the chains. We're going to like chain game, but you know, you can't. We were like, I don't think we can do that one right now. So he comes in with these shirts, and it says "Star in your role," and at the time I'm like, Coach, like man, like you act like we're not ball players right here. Like we're not some of the superstars. You're telling us to star in our role. You have the Blackout Boys thinking they doing everything. Like star in your role. It's cool, but I want to be something flashy. And then when he started to explain it and say, look, dude, all of us have a role to play. All right, we have to protect the quarterback. We have to run the ball. We have to catch the ball. As long as we do our part and star in our role, we are going to be just fine. And you know what? We were just fine that year, went to the Pac-12 championship starring in our role. And that's why I say it all the time.
I love it. I love to hear former players like yourself talk about a coach like Darian Hagan with such affection and reverence. That's sports. That's the connective tissue of sports. And if you played sports, even through high school, you probably got impacted by a coach at the youth level, at the junior varsity level, middle school, whatever, and a coach has an opportunity to leave an imprint on you.
Yeah.
And potentially change your life. And not all of us have that day-to-day potential impact like a coach does or a teacher. So that's pretty cool, Phil. I love hearing that stuff. So Darian Hagan, he returned to Boulder very recently for the first time in a few years here. And why did he return? To meet with athletic director Fernando Lovo. All right. And Darian Hagan was a part of the CU staff forever. I don't know how many years he was there, but a long time.
That's a decade,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, and he was coaching running backs up in Boulder. And when Deion Sanders arrived, he was not retained on staff for whatever reason. And so they gave him like an honorary role at the university that was non-football, which you see happen in these major universities all around the country, of someone who transformed a program, helped put you on the map, bring notoriety, bring a championship, as in this case, and they'll cut you a check, and you're going to get paid every other week.
Yep.
And you just basically have to be around, show up, be a what am I looking for? Be a
mentor, pretty much. Where you're just
I'm
around, you're talking, you're hanging out with the fellas, like you're just around. Your presence is there.
Yes.
You're being felt.
And I'm thinking of ambassador. You're like an ambassador of the program, and they're going to cut you a check every other week, until you retire or pass or whatever, because you just meant that much to the university. And
damn, I wish they write me that check.
And so he had like some sort of role like that,
He
and then
did.
ultimately that went away. And so for the past 3 years, Darian Hagan has been at San Diego State coaching running backs for Sean Lewis, the former offensive coordinator under Deion Sanders. I think maybe the past 2 years. And so several stuff comes out in this article. The Denver Post referred to the retiring of Shedeur Sanders' jersey, apparently a wound for someone like Darian Hagan. And, Chad Brown was quoted in this piece, and he says, many Buffs football alums feel as if CU athletic official position is that football at Folsom Field didn't exist prior to Coach Prime. That's a powerful statement.
It is, and it sucks to hear that from the alumni like Chad Brown, like Darian Hagan or a Big Al, that, like history was made with them.
Yeah.
The Colorado Buffaloes, we haven't been close to a national championship since them. So, like, for them to go out there and feel the way that they do and feel like they're not a part of what they helped create, which they did create, like, that's an issue, man. And we've always talked about it when it comes to alumni and Deion and maybe not being the best to them when it comes to having that relationship. And hopefully it can get to a point at some point where Deion and the alumni, like myself, we can all get on the same page because we're all rooting for each other. We want the Colorado Buffalo, University of Colorado, to do well. Not just one person, not just one coach, but the University of Colorado as a whole to do well.
Well, Chad, who I love and have had a relationship with through the years, had a quote in the Post that said, quote, "There shouldn't be this contentious relationship between Buffs fans. And if I've got criticisms of Coach Prime's program now, not only am I told I'm a terrible Buffs fan, but also I'm asked, what did you do for the program the last 20 years? And I'm like, wow, let me see. I've funded a scholarship. I've gone and talked to the team. I've done private coaching with players. The list is long. So the massive disconnect on social media, I think, is unfortunately turning a lot of older fans off and away from the program. And that's the exact opposite of what we need," end quote. Does it feel like to you, and I'm putting you on the spot here, so if you don't have to answer, okay? But you bleed black and gold. You are not just a member of the alumni, you are a distinguished member of the alumni.
Yeah, born and raised here, man.
And also, like, you're the all-purpose leader in the history of the program.
Yeah.
Right? So that's catching and running
All
put together.
Total yards as well, scrimmage yards.
Yards from scrimmage, yeah. So in the shoes that you walk in, does it feel like your alumni is split on the program when where it is now?
It definitely is. Right now, it feels like the alumni and what's going on up in Colorado right now, it's split. And for whatever reason, I don't know why it shouldn't be like this. This is college football we're talking about. Like, you talk about college football, you talk about, like, guys coming back, and I can, like, close my eyes and think of someone like Alabama and how Mark Ingram and them have talked about how they get to just go back and they're always in the facility. They're lifting at the facility. They're messing around with the players. They're playing video games with the players. They're out on the football field all the time. Well, that's not the case at the University of Colorado. All right, you have the alumni that feel like they're not wanted. They're not welcome back because they're not with this new era. When in reality, it's like, man, history, you always want to make sure everybody knows the history. They know the fight song.
Right.
They know some of these great players that you're standing on their shoulders.
Yes.
That's what this is all about. This is why you go to college. This is why you play college football, college basketball. Like, it's about the guys that came before you, and now you're trying to build a legacy like they did.
Right.
And so when that doesn't happen and it seems like the alumni, don't feel welcome, well, now you're split. And now you don't have that family. You don't have the backing that you need if you're a team that wants to go and win it all. If you're a team that needs funding to help pay for some of these players, you would hope that your alumni would help you out if you need that. Well, if you don't have a relationship with them, you're not getting that help from them. So, yes, ZB, it's definitely split right now. And maybe they can be mended. Hopefully the alumni will come back and give it a second chance if they're welcomed up there. And you move from there, and hopefully that can start to help the healing of kind of what kind of got started.
Yeah, and, it's really like the alumni base is your connective tissue for your program, right? Your fight song, that's your connective tissue that each generation of Buffs know and love. And so, yeah, when that's dismissed, and I know a lot of CU alums here, and yeah, at least the people that I talk to, there's not even so much of a split. There is a lot of just pushback, like 70-30, especially from older alumni on the current era. And it feels like to a certain degree the lack of acknowledgement, which is a lot of what this article was about in the Denver Post over the weekend. I encourage you to read it. I think it's Sean Keeler, I think. Don't quote me on that. But the alumni base are the bricks that make up what is CU, and Dion has come and slapped a new coat of paint on those bricks. But paint isn't bricks. And so hopefully they can figure it out. And what it feels like, and the clues that I'm gathering, is that the new athletic director, Fernando Lovo, who is number one task here is to raise more money. Number one, unequivocally by a country mile, is the funding. And so my guess is that when he got here and is reaching out to donors, he is doing inventory of the job that he has got. And
As he should.
Yep, and he is realizing the disconnect. And so you're bringing someone like Darian Hagan back to campus to talk to him. Have you met Fernando Lovo?
So not yet. I need to get up there and meet him. I know that he wants me to go up there.
So he has reached out?
So, yeah, like somebody reached out for me that says he wants to go meet me.
Okay.
But at some point, I would want to hear from him to call and say, because you can get my number and say, hey, I want you to come up here. And it just makes you feel better, makes you feel wanted when you have maybe the athletic director calling you saying, hey, let's mend things.
Sure.
And not just for me, this for all the alumni. Get them going, have them come back so that you can kind of get things squared away and try to heal this relationship.
Well, a little bit more here from this Post article. We'll finish this conversation and then get into the Jonathan Cooper discussion and why over the last 48 hours I have completely flipped, and I do believe Jonathan Cooper will be playing for the Broncos this season. We'll get to all of that. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver, and KARSFM Laramie. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Woo! Powered by Regen RX.
Sorry, I jumped the gun on that one. I'm too excited.
Well,
DB.
so did Dante. So Dante jumped the gun on the whistle. Okay. He's supposed to wait until I hit the last, basically license plate number of our station up in Laramie, and then you're supposed to wait on your little yell there until after I say powered by Regen RX.
Just too damn excited.
It was a 3-day weekend. I think all our timing's a little off.
Yes. Our timing's off.
Do you want to restart?
Weekend.
Do you want to redo?
Nope. We push forward.
All right.
We got too much to get into. So let's just finish this conversation about CU. Then we'll get into why I have completely flipped. And I can almost promise you're going to have new information to have the Jonathan Cooper conversation. Okay, we'll get to that in just a second. So a part of this conversation was about Shador's jersey retirement, and I think it's safe to say, and I've talked to enough people engaged, the alumni base and just the fan base, that was a bit of a tipping moment for the alumni.
See, I don't think anybody that's an alumni, and honestly, people out there, but alumni specifically, that was an okay move to do. Like maybe later on, all right, when 5-10 years go by and you want to come back and you want to do something for Shador Sanders, even Travis Hunter.
Right.
But doing it during a spring game and retiring Shador Sanders' jersey, like it just doesn't make sense. Till this day, it doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense, especially considering that Darian Hagan told the Denver Post that he was told by the university that you had to be an All-American or a national award winner and had to wait a decade to be recognized.
Yeah.
And Shador's jersey got retired while he was literally still going to school, and Darian Hagan is still waiting. And, Hagan said, quote, am I bitter that my jersey's not been retired? No, I'm not bitter at all. It would have been a nice gesture, but that doesn't define who I am as a person. But definitely it would be awesome to walk into that stadium and see my name on the wall with the other retired numbers. And Hagan went on to say, I'm definitely for a committee to get these things right, not just for myself, but for Eric Bieniemy, Alfred Williams, Kanavis McGee, Cordell Stewart. Somehow they've got to get it right and do it the right way. I think that would appease a lot of people, end quote. The article also says, and I know we've sort of touched on this, but former Buffs want more outreach, and it's been really quiet. And what Hagan went on to say is, he goes, but I think what Lovo needs to do is galvanize some things to make the guys who played at CU feel special, make them feel like what we did is still relevant. We accomplished something great there that I think at some point needs to be recognized and revisited again, because the things that we accomplished, you can't erase history, end quote. And to say, for Hagan to say you can't erase history, it's probably to him feels like it has been erased.
Yeah, like their heads being pushed down, and that you want, in this case, the history to be forgotten. And it's like you got to remember where you came from, how things all started here, and then you build from there. Be the next great team. All right, you got to have your alumni. That's period.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe things will change. It feels like Fernando Lovo has learned of this disconnect, is trying to repair it to whatever degree that he can, and we'll just see if Dion ever actually joins that party of trying to connect with the alumni. Oftentimes, that's the first thing that new hires do, is try to connect with the alumni. And it's been, from what I understand and what you're sharing with me, it's been a bit of the opposite. So we'll see if that changes here. Okay, shifting gears. So the Jonathan Cooper situation.
Jay Coop, what's going on, ZB? You got more information?
All right. So before I get into this, I want to give a shout out to Dan Jacobs.
Okay.
Who, this is his world. This is not my world. But Dan is our coworker here. He's been a friend of mine for close to a decade now. And he is in the courtroom, right? Lawyer, judge, all that. So he's got unique perspective on the story. And he has sort of coached me up on some of these questions that I've had and stuff like that. So I want to give him definitely a tip of the hat. So, okay. The thing that needs to get clarified, I think, first, is that Jonathan Cooper, it is being framed as if when Jonathan Cooper, on the second offense, went to her house and sent approximately 20 text messages, called her twice, she doesn't pick up, it is being framed that he was violating a order of protection. Guys, it might be hard to understand given what happened the week before and this domestic violence incident, but Jonathan Cooper, believe it or not, was not violating the law. His sort of, I don't know how to phrase it, like his sort of documents as he was leaving after being arrested with her for the first time, there's paperwork that the court figures out. And there's like 10 boxes. Think of like 10 boxes on like a discharge form. And all 10 boxes, they're eligible to be checked. But they mean different things. So one box might be, hey, you're not allowed to have a firearm moving forward.
So you check that box. I mean, you can't have one.
Correct.
Okay.
And if it's not checked, you'd be still allowed to own a firearm. I think there's another box that says something along the lines of like, leave your house. Like, hey, you're not allowed to leave your home area or whatever. And if it's checked, then you got to stay home or you're on house arrest a bit or whatever. The box that is, hey, you can't reach out to the victim. You can't see the victim. That box was not checked. After the second arrest, it was. But in our market right now, we have sort of been like, man, I can't believe he would turn around and then break the law.
Well, for sure.
But he wasn't actually breaking the law. And so that needs to be framed the right way. And by the way, moving forward with this conversation, in no way, shape, or form am I going to ever try to frame what Jonathan Cooper did to be okay or anything like that.
No, you're just explaining what's going on.
Yes.
And why you think at the beginning of all this, you said that you think Jonathan Cooper is going to be playing this year.
Yes, but last week I'm saying if I had to decide right now, we even ran a promo. I said if I had to decide right now, I think he's played his last down for the Broncos. I no longer think that. I think we're going to see him. There's layers to this. We'll go through it. So that first and foremost, he was not breaking the law when he was texting her and calling her. They were in a 4-year relationship that for now we understand has come to a close for now. And maybe it'll stay that way. Maybe it won't.
She called him his ex.
Yep.
Right? She's the ex-girlfriend now.
Yep. And so you asked earlier in the show when I mentioned this, what was the one question you had? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. Why did the police officers arrest Jonathan Cooper the second time if that box wasn't checked?
It's a great question, and I don't know.
Like, you can't just arrest somebody just to do it.
Correct. But there are often times that police make mistakes, judges make mistakes. Put a pin in that. I'll give you an example on that with this same lawyer here in a second. The number one name that we need to understand for this entire window of time is Harvey Steinberg. Harvey Steinberg is a brilliant lawyer. Now, you may not like his job. I'll raise my hand. I don't.
I would hate to be him, man.
He's a defense attorney. He defends. I was on the verge of saying, he defends, scumbags. Okay. I don't want to say that because I don't know all the details of what Jonathan Cooper did or didn't do. We don't know that yet.
But usually, like, when you're defending like bad guys.
Yes, you have to be willing to plug your nose and advocate for your client, even though he might be a really bad guy. And I don't know how he does it. I don't know how these guys do it, these defense attorneys. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they sleep. But it's their job, and they probably sleep on a bed full of money, honestly.
That's how he sleeps.
And
fast asleep, I guess.
Yes, fast asleep, 1,000 thread count, however you do that, silk sheets. So now that we established, Harvey is, guys, he is the closest thing to a magician. He just is. We saw Melvin Gordon on camera, dead to rights, hammered drunk, not buzzed, hammered. He couldn't count to 10. He couldn't take 10 paces. He kept losing count. I mean, he was really sideways, and it was on camera. Not guilty.
My man got away with it.
How? I don't know. And so,
a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of money, right? A lot of money. And so, let me give you let me cite an example of Harvey's just, whether it's creativity or unique nature of however he does what he does. Johnny Bolin. Everyone remembers Johnny Bolin, right? And unfortunately, it appears that he's got a bit of I don't know if it's I think it's a mental health thing. It would appear. And this has been going on for a while. It's been a troubled collection of years.
Pat Bolin, the old owner of the Denver Broncos, his son, if for somebody that doesn't know.
Yeah. So he was dealing with a domestic violence case, okay? If you want to read the details, you can go read it. But just to cite an example, Johnny Bolin, domestic violence charge. Harvey's his agent, right? He gets put on probation, okay? if you violate your probation, you're in big trouble, right? So you got to be a good boy.
Yep.
On probation. So what does he do? He goes gets a DWI in California. And what the judge says is he says, you violated your parole. You're going to jail. Okay? Harvey gets him off. How does he get him off? Because the judge was actually wrong. This is why I say not every arrest. Sometimes you look back and it's like, I probably shouldn't have done that. Not everything that a judge does is perfect. And what Harvey said is, wait a second. Johnny Bolin actually didn't sign his paperwork yet for his parole. So the parole is not finalized to begin. Therefore, when he got pulled over and violated, you thought he violated his DUI, but violated his parole with the DUI, but you don't understand what I understand. And what I understand is his clock on parole actually hasn't started yet.
Because my man didn't sign the papers.
Loopholes like that, where it's like how, like the judge was wrong and Harvey was right. Johnny Bolin doesn't get in trouble or doesn't technically violate his parole in that instance.
Yeah.
So you have an example like that. Brandon Marshall, the wide receiver. There's always something going on with Brandon Marshall, the wide receiver.
There's some drama now with him and his kid and him making his kid
Did you see that?
Run at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'm curious to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Because that was going viral over the weekend.
Yeah.
And it was 2 o'clock in the morning. He woke his son up and made him run in the road. And the video has disturbed some people. I'm curious where you land on that. We can get back to it. But Brandon Marshall, it's like every other year something happens, right? It's like it's a domestic violence thing. His wife stabbed him. I mean, it can be kooky. Brandon Marshall was dealing with a domestic violence situation, okay? And it actually went to trial. It went to trial, okay? And Harvey won. Harvey won at trial. And listen to what he said. Because, by the way, you know what the accusation was to B. Marsh is that he choked her. Does that sound familiar here?
Oh, yeah. Jonathan Cooper, same situation right now.
And what Harvey Steinberg did in that trial is he created reasonable doubt through relationship dynamics. Steinberg argued the relationship was volatile and mutually contentious rather than a straightforward domestic violence case with a clear victim and perpetrator. Later descriptions of the case by Steinberg's firm noted that the defense emphasized the accuser's volatility and role in the conflict. Guys, does that sound familiar? Did she also get arrested?
Yes, she did.
Did she also take his phone and throw it against the wall? Did she
break it?
Did she not? Did she not give him his phone back? I mean, so.
And that's why she got arrested.
That's right. That's right. And so Harvey is probably going to frame this thing exactly like he did then with Brandon Marshall. What else? Brandon Marshall had another case that went to civil trial. Now, if you guys don't know, it's easier to win a civil case than it is to win a criminal case. It just is. So, like, O.J. Simpson, guilty criminal trial, wins his, gets off on the criminal, loses the civil. Kobe Bryant, settles the criminal, loses the civil. So civils are, it's just a different standard. Harvey went to trial with Brandon Marshall in a civil trial, totally separate from the other one I just mentioned, where the threshold is lower, and he won that case. Who did John Elway hire with the recent incident with the golf cart and
Mr. Harvey
and the accidental death? He hired Harvey, right? And so you accept this, and then you look back at the night of, and when the police came, did the woman say? And I'm going to reemphasize right now. I'm editorializing here. I'm going to reemphasize. I'm not saying that Jay Coop,
did or did not do it.
No,
you're just putting it all out there.
Yes,
I know somebody out there is probably mad at you, ZB, but you're just relaying what you've heard.
Yes.
And you're seeing.
So when the cops came, she said that she was held up for a minute off the ground.
Yeah, that's a long time.
It's a really long time. But she also said she didn't pass out. And those two things, when argued in court, are going to be in real conflict with one another. So is the physical evidence. Because, guys, don't forget, when the police came on the first night, on that first Thursday, they said the physical evidence doesn't stack up with her statement. This will also be used in court. And so Harvey, time and time again, has got the best of these cases. And you go back to the Parrish Cox trial back in 2010, 11, 12, those years. I'm not going to go over the details of the case because it's not the time or the place. You can go read about it if you want to be reminded or informed, okay? But Douglas County thought they had Parrish Cox dead to rights. Dead to rights. And you look back at, I read the article from the Denver Post, and there's a sentence in the article that I just want to read to you. The courtroom drama capped a week-long trial that left many wondering how the prosecution could have lost the case. Many, except Cox's attorney, Harvey Steinberg. Everyone in the courtroom thought Parrish Cox was going to lose. And Harvey Steinberg got him off. Just like when you look at the film of Melvin Gordon stumbling around, hammered, drunk, on camera. How could he ever be found not guilty? But he was. This, when you add up the evidence and some of the evidence that didn't compute on the night that the police originally came, with Harvey's historical instances of winning cases like this, I think he's going to win this case if they go to trial.
In trial, that would begin July 22nd. The Denver Broncos, they start camp July 28th. So, and they can settle something, I want to say July 6th, if they can. If not, they'll go to trial July 22nd, like I just got done saying, and it will begin then.
I think two things are about to happen. The first thing I think is going to happen is I do think it's going to get settled.
Okay, before the 22nd.
Yep. Because the other side of the accuser and those lawyers, they're smart people too. And if you're game theorying this out 4 to 5 steps of what this case is going to look like, and you know they're going through like the mock trial, and someone's playing the role of Harvey, and knowing and understanding, there's a reason, guys, and this is going even deeper. There's a reason that, God, I think it was Douglas County, but don't quote me. Whatever the DA, what was it, Arapahoe County, Douglas County, I forget. They wanted to charge Von Miller with domestic violence. They thought they had enough to go to trial.
Yeah.
You don't go to trial the way that Douglas County did with Parrish Cox unless you think you're going to win. And if you don't think you're going to win, you don't go to trial. So when Douglas County in 2012, the DA forced the issue, and then everyone thinks you're going to win and you lose, it's embarrassing. You know, and there's a reason why at the 11th hour, the DA didn't move forward with the Von Miller thing, because of Harvey Steinberg. And so you add it all up, and knowing that Cooper was not violating any rule when he was reaching out to them, what Harvey's going to say is, guys, they're in a 4-year relationship. It was a really bad night. He was trying to mend things. Look at the text messages. And so you add up the evidence that the police found enough of to arrest her, the lack of physical evidence that was not on her side at that moment.
Yep.
It's going to create doubt, and that's all you need is reasonable doubt. He's not going to need to prove that Jonathan Cooper never did anything wrong ever, ever, ever. It's like to create enough reasonable doubt that you should not find him guilty. So, 1, I think the case is going to settle. 2, if it goes to trial, I think Harvey Steinberg is going to win. And we heard from others, and I've heard this anecdotally myself. Someone was chiming in, hey, I've been in the courtroom for 15 years. These people are scared of Harvey.
Which is like insane. It's crazy. Like just one man right here.
Yep.
Is able to win. I wonder how many times he's been beaten in his career.
Dude,
like, truly.
If he had 100 kids, the Broncos, what they have paid him, get them all through college. Get them all through college.
You're not lying. All right, ZB, but you said here at the beginning and said that you still think Jonathan Cooper is going to be a Denver Bronco. The reason you're saying it, well, right now at least, is because he's going to get off, because Harvey's going to get him out of this. But then what about the Denver Broncos in particular? What about Greg and Kerry Penner? They still have a little bit of say on what they want to do. Yes, he may get off with the trial, but is he going to get off with the Broncos, or is Greg going to say, hey, look, we have a standard here, and we're going to release you because it's not a good look if we keep you here?
That's the $60 million question. And I say $60 million because that's his contract.
That's pretty right there. It's unique. I like it.
Creative. Thank you. If they do that, they'd be within their rights to do it.
Yeah.
But just be clear, if this goes the way that I now think it's going to go after having this information, their arm would be extending go-go gadget style beyond the NFL and beyond the law. If if it goes the direction I think it's going to go.
Well, the NFL's going to suspend.
He's going to get
Jay Cooper. 7 games.
Yes, it won't be. I think it's 6.
Okay, 6 games.
Yeah. So it could be lower than that. It could be 4. Could be but if they want to do that, if you want to extend past the arm of the law, if you want to extend past the arm of the NFL and say you no longer play for us, that would open up a door for precedent. And do you want to do that? And maybe someone could say, yes, man, you put your hands on a woman, you do anything, like you shouldn't play for the Denver Broncos. I just don't think it's going to work like that. So if I had to guess, they will let the legal system play out, they will let the NFL suspension play out, and he'll be back on the field for the Broncos after that.
And another telltale sign that they probably have faith that Jonathan Cooper is going to be available this year is they haven't went out there, the Denver Broncos, Greg Penner, Sean, George, they haven't went out there and got another guy. There's guys out there on the market, some veteran guys that can come in and play that position of Jonathan Cooper, but they're not doing that. Why? Because they're trying to wait this out, see what happens with Jonathan Cooper, and then go from there. And if Jonathan Cooper gets off this, my guessing is he's going to be playing with the Denver Broncos after his suspension with the NFL is done.
So you yourself,
yes.
After I'm laying it all out.
It makes sense. It makes sense. It's deep. It's dark at times, but it's something that's probably going to happen. As long as Jonathan Cooper can get out of this and Harvey can get him out of it, he'll be a Denver Bronco and he'll play this year.
Yeah. And again, that's the like I have his court documents on my phone. I can show them to you in the break. Like I just think when armed with the information and the historical precedent of these things, I have flipped. And I always say it, right? We always say with new information,
Yes.
new opinion. That is where I think things currently stand with me personally. And so we'll see if this actually ages, but ages the way that I think it's going to. But yeah, not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying.
Putting it out there.
Okay, if you want to react to it, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. You can hit us up on our YouTube chat, powered by Champ Honda. What did we make of that viral video of former Bronco Brandon Marshall disciplining his son in one of the more unique ways that you will ever see or hear? We'll fill you in and react to it next.
You asked for it, you got it. Backed by popular demand, it's the Drives Brouhaha. Big social brouhaha. This summer, Zach and Phil are back on the road bringing their party to you. Last up, Arvada. June 26th from 2 to 6 at Arvada Beer Garden. That was quite a brouhaha. Come find out what the commotion's all about. Head to DenverSports.com/drive for more details.
Guaranteed to bring the brouhaha.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, fellas, if you've been wandering around the house lately, wondering why you're tired, foggy, unmotivated, somehow gaining weight, even though your diet consists of mostly air and regret, yeah, you may be dealing with low testosterone. A lot of guys just blame it on getting older, but let's be real, you shouldn't feel like you need a nap after tying your shoes. And if your workouts feel more like warm-ups, your sleep is trash, your sex drive is in the witness protection program, might be time to get checked. At Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, they use advanced medical strategies, TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more to help you get your energy back, improve sleep, boost your workouts, shed pounds, and yes, bring back that sex drive. Your appointment is just $99. That includes a medical consult, plus a T and PSA test, and if you start treatment that day, your visit's on the house. They have 5 locations in Colorado to serve you, and they've treated tens of thousands of men just like you. So take the 2 minutes and go take that low T quiz today at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Summer is here. Celebrate America's 250th birthday with fireworks July 3rd and 4th, plus first ever giveaways like the City Connect Mystery Jersey and Hot Dog Hat in July. Get your tickets now at Rockies.com/tickets.
Brandon Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
Who helps keep Colorado's wildlife wild? Our people do.
Hello, my name is Patricia. I've been with Chevron for over 17 years.
Her team uses GPS to track where mule deer and pronghorn roam throughout the seasons. This data helps us take their habitats into consideration when planning our operations.
When we created our comprehensive wildlife and conservation program, it was really about what was possible.
Learn more at colorado.chevron.com.
My father started Williams Jewelers in 1947 as a humble little neighborhood jewelry shop, and I opened our Cherry Creek North store in 1973. I'm Bruce Williams.
And I'm Michelle Williams. I literally grew up here in the jewelry business, grading diamonds and gemstones and designing custom jewelry for families just like yours.
Here at Williams Jewelers, you'll find our curated collections, including Hearts on Fire, Liga Bahar, Sloan Street, Mastaloni pearls, and dozens more.
And a diamond and bridal department with the latest engagement ring styles and wedding bands from Tacori, A. Jaffe, and Gabriel & Company.
Add to that Tag Heuer sporting watches and pre-owned Rolex timepieces, all at the guaranteed best prices in Colorado.
At Williams Jewelers, we're proudly old school Cherry Creek North, where people and sweet puppies are always welcome.
And where you'll always be treated just like our father would.
Like family.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
The official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. General contractors, are you tired of working with 8 different subs for a single project? Homestrong is the answer. Their crews handle excavation, foundations, waterproofing, crawl spaces, and flat work. Visit buildhomestrong.com. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about your hair. If you're losing it and desire it back, then do what I did and go see Dr. Tanya Pauls at Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can personally attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but close to it. They put hair where you need it the most, and bam, it grows. It's actually science. Advanced Hair has it all. Top-rated Dr. Tanya Pauls, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day. Advanced Hair even guarantees it to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation today. Call 720-459-HAIR and you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver, and they've changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. Become inspired with the before and afters at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is goalie. Goalie. Text goalie to 303-713-1043 right now for your chance to win a $250 gas card. That's goalie to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
Little Tom Petty at the bottom half of hour number 4. The sun is slowly going down here. The days are going to start getting shorter after tomorrow. So I believe it's tomorrow is the longest day of the year.
So it's tomorrow. I thought it was Thursday when we were at the golf course.
No, I was just off, I think, by a couple days.
Okay.
I think I was off. I want to say, don't quote me on anything here, but I want to say it's
ZB,
tomorrow.
usually you're never off. That's why it's like, come on, man. You had an off day?
Yeah.
A little bit of misinformation. Come on now. That's not ZB.
Sun is high in the sky for now. For
It is.
now.
Yep.
Okay. Guys, summer's here. All right, we'll get to the Brandon Marshall thing in just a second, but summer is here. That means road trips. Love a good road trip in the summer. But with gas prices, you may be questioning whether or not to take that trip. Denver Sports is here to help. Enter for your chance to win a weekly $250 gas card and a possible grand prize of $1,000. All you have to do is listen for the keyword every hour and text it to 303-713-1043 before that hour ends. The more keywords you enter, the more chances you have to win. For complete rules, visit denversports.com/keyword. All right. What did you make of the viral video? Brandon Marshall, the former wide receiver that we were just mentioning in the conversation about Harvey Steinberg and getting him off the hook multiple times in both a criminal trial and a civil trial, disciplining his son. Now, I don't know how old his son actually is. I didn't see that anywhere, but he looked to be maybe like
11?
maybe, I was going to say 9, 10, something like
9,
that.
10, 11, somewhere around there.
And what he was doing, he woke his son up in the middle of the night. You can see his son looks kind of sleepy. It's 2:00 in the morning, and he is making him run in the road while Brandon Marshall drives alongside of him. And he is kind of berating his son for not running fast enough. And he wants to, what did he say he was getting punished for? Not listening. He said, you don't want to listen.
Okay.
It was causing outrage online. Like most things, people were split on it.
Yeah.
Right. And so some people said, hey, man, that's old school. That's tough love. Other people said, really? Like, this is what you're doing? Have you given much thought to it to even have an opinion? Or
honestly, Z, I haven't, because to me, everybody parents differently. You parent differently than I do. I parent differently than you do. And then vice versa for everybody out there.
Yep.
I don't want to ever put my kids in a situation where I'm hitting them all the time and literally making them feel feared and scared because of that.
Yep.
But at some point, you have to figure out how you can get across to these young kids, because they don't listen. I mean, Phil's at an age, he's 6 years old. My man doesn't listen for anything. Sophia is a baby, so it doesn't matter. So you're trying to figure out ways that you can get to them to understand that it's important for you to listen and do things the right way when mom tells you to do something or I tell you to do something. I haven't thought too much of it. I know that it's kind of crazy to make a kid get up at 2:00 in the morning and start running. But to be honest with you, I'd rather see that than him be on the front page for beating the hell out of his kid.
Sure.
They'd be like that.
Totally.
That right there is hard.
Yeah. Given those two options, give me that. Here's what I'll say. I am more of a disciplinarian.
Mhm.
All right, in our household.
Me too.
My mom was a disciplinarian. I told you the story, and I've shared through the years, like my mom having she had a wooden spoon. We had a carpenter that worked or went to our church, and he like crafted this wooden spoon, like big paddle, and she over the backside,
It's Zach's ass right there. Like, that's yours.
Pretty much. And it got enough work that through the years it broke. And so that's how I was raised. So I was raised a little bit more old school. And I was being raised by a single mom, so she like kind of had to be mom and dad in terms of the typical historical dynamic within a household. And because I know every family's different, like you said.
We were raised by the belt.
Yeah. So it wasn't a belt for us. It was a wooden spoon. And then if that were, or if not the wooden spoon, but the paddle, if that wasn't around, it was whatever else she could get her hands on. She'd take her shoe off and whoop us in church. And I remember one time she had a high heel on, and she just, without thinking, hit my brother with it. That is the heel, went up his keister.
So it's like single mom have to do what they have to do.
Yeah. And so that's how I was raised. I told the story. We got in a fight in elementary school coming home from school, and in the graveyard, a couple hundred yards away from our elementary school, and the cops came, and she had us go down to the police station and literally ask the cop to put me and my brother Jason in the cell and close the door to see what it was like on the other side of those bars.
He was locked up.
And so that was my mom. So I have a lot of that in me, but I don't hit I've spanked them maybe a couple times only when they're being unsafe.
Yeah.
Like when you're doing something that could potentially really harm you, that's when you need to know that I'm the most angry because I love you so much. I don't want to, have you being unsafe. The incident with Brandon Marshall and having his kid run along the side of the road, there's a couple things I did not like about it. All right. Here's, by the way, a bit of what it sounded like. Okay. If you guys didn't see the video, the young man is running in the road. Brandon Marshall is in the car.
Side by side talking to him.
He's side by side talking to him. This is a bit of what it sounded like.
Discipline correction is good. Even 2 a.m, we run. I don't got to put my hands on you. But I'm training you up to be a warrior. I'm training you to be a leader, to serve, to have discipline, to be better than me. Run. Run. Let's go. If you don't start running, we're going to go 3 miles. So you better start running because you don't know when I'm going to tell you to stop. You don't want to listen? We run. We work. 2 a.m. Let's go. Faster. I'm driving 3 miles per hour. You should be going at 8 or 9 miles per hour right now. Go.
Okay. Here's the thing I didn't like about it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the most. If that's your form of discipline, okay. You want to wake them up at 2 o'clock in the morning? You want to have them run?
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you how to be a dad. All right? Because there's different ways of doing this.
For sure.
I heard Shaquille O'Neal, who's raised by stepdad, Army general. And he kept on flinching at the basketball, scared to get hit when he was about 12. And his dad said, put your hands behind your back. And he chucked the ball at his face. And he said, it's never going to get worse than that. It's never going to get worse than it just did. And you just experienced it and you're fine. And the mom said, I think you're being too hard on Shaquille. And he said, you may not like my process, but you're going to love my results. There's different ways of doing this. What I did not like is that I know what happened and you know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Your thought process was not just to discipline him in the middle of the night, but it was to film it and then put it out for the world to see. I don't think that's fair to the boy.
It's not. I don't understand why you would want to do that anyway. Right? You embarrass your boy, you embarrass yourself, and you bring so much attention to yourself.
Right.
When it's like, this is, again, social media is dangerous. Right? It can help you, it can hurt you. But like showing that to everybody in the whole world sees that now. It's like, man, now you have opened your doors so everybody can see how you guys live.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing what you need to do and moving on.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like I shared the story with you guys of my son cursed and then he did it for a third time.
Yeah.
I put some soap in his mouth, right? I couldn't imagine filming that and putting it out to the world. I just couldn't. I just could not imagine that. And so here's the only thing I hope is that Brandon Marshall's heart is in the right place when he's doing it, because it kind of comes off as you're looking for attention by disciplining him and making it so public. And I will say this is at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm hoping Brandon Marshall was in the right headspace at that time to do what he was doing. And that covers a variety of things.
Yeah.
So, okay, what did we learn today in Denver sports? That's how we'll finish up next.
Parents, looking for a fun way to get your kid active this summer?
Are you kidding me?
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan's third annual Be a Mentor, Be a Fan Youth Football Camp is back. Brought to you by Walmart. Saturday, June 27th at Denver South High School's All-City Stadium. Your child, ages 8 to 14, will learn the fundamentals of football in a safe, hands-on environment from people who played the game at the highest level. We're talking former Denver Broncos Mark Schlereth, Phillip Lindsay, and Brandon Stokely, along with a trusted coaching staff from Denver South. And every dollar raised goes to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado. So your family is giving back just by showing up. Sign up today at denversports.com/camp. That's denversports.com/camp.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. A lot of new firms aren't even from Colorado, but we are. For 47 years, we've known Colorado law, we've fought for our neighbors, and we won for our community. If you've been injured, call 303-GOOD-LAW.
Hey guys, did you know that 1 in 4 men over 40 have low testosterone? They have low energy, low sex drive, low motivation, and barely recognize themselves. But 100% of them can get it all back and feel like themselves again at Low T Center. Low T Center is the original TRT clinic, changing lives since 2009. Their expert providers work to tailor TRT plans to every man to get his levels back to where they need to be. They can help you get your energy, your focus, and sex drive back. They can even work with most major insurance providers. So head over to fixmylowt.com and book your free testosterone tests. Fixmylowt.com.
In Colorado, relationships matter. That's why contractors across the Front Range choose Western Pacific for doors and millwork. 35 years of quality products, next day delivery, and fast will call service. Visit GoWestPack.com. Western Pacific, local ownership, professional expertise.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. If you've listened to me the past few years, you know I love golfing. And the courses I keep playing are Aurora's 5 public courses. Spring Hill is one of the best hidden gems around, perfect for becoming a short game chef. And Saddle Rock, well, the mountain views never get old. Beautiful course conditions, great service, and the restaurants keep me coming back. Book your next tee time or learn more about lessons, leagues, and programs at golfaurora.com. And go ahead and follow them on Instagram at golfaurora.co.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com. We won't leave you waiting. Sing it with me.
Always on time, or you don't pay in time. Always on time, or you don't pay in time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Hey y'all, it's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. Spent a lot of time pitching heat. Years later, the pain in my joints remind me of those days, but I'm not looking to sit still, and I definitely am not interested in going under the knife. That's why I chose QC Kinetics.
Not just for elite retired athletes. QC Kinetics gives everyday folks joint pain relief using regenerative treatments that work with your body to help repair joint damage.
No surgery, no long recovery, whether it's your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. My friends at QC Kinetics will help you get moving again so you can get back to doing the things you love.
QC Kinetics medical professionals will look at your x-rays or MRI to determine if you're a good candidate.
I trusted QC Kinetics to help me feel like myself again, and I'm proud to recommend them to you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986.
Nation's July 4th sale means savings worth celebrating. Right now, drive new and used cars with zero down. Plus, make zero payments for 90 days. Thousands of vehicles, thousands in savings. Put zero down. Make zero payments till fall on all your favorite new vehicles. Don't miss out. Save now through July 4th weekend only. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation. Less stress, more go. 90 days to first payment on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 7/5/26.
Arby's is on your side in the fight against Big Rush Hour. Get $1 fries and sliders between 2 and 6 p.m. with the purchase of any regularly priced food item only at participating Arby's.
Arby's, we have the meat.
Colorado weather can be tough on your roof. If hail, wind, or storm damage strikes, call Colorado's Best Roofing. Locally owned since 2012, they're a GAF Master Elite contractor with an A+ BBB rating, serving residential and commercial properties. Schedule your free roof inspection today at roofingcolorado.com.
One Wheel Broncos talk. Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver's.
You have to go back and listen at the top of hour number 2. All right, the Drive podcast, available at DenverSports.com, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, you can go find that and just educate yourself on some of the nuance here with the Jonathan Cooper stuff, because I know when I did, I have flipped my thinking to thinking that this guy's probably played his last down as a Bronco, which also could be true. There's still, but
we don't know.
After combing through it and after looking at the court documents and getting schooled up a little bit by Dan Jacobs, I have completely flipped. All right. So go listen to that top of hour number 2. You're not going to want to miss that. Also, guys, this Friday is our final brouhaha stop. This is it. June 26th, this Friday, 2 to 6 p.m., as we take the show back up north. All right. This is going to be the last time this summer. Arvada Beer Garden this Friday. Be there or be square. We'd love to see you. Okay, Justin Adams slides in. You're going to be hosting Denver Sports tonight.
Yes, sir.
I am curious. Where you stand. I thought it was a very interesting article in the Denver Post. Darian Hagan going on the record, talking to the Post about basically the and Chad Brown as well was talking. And you're a CU guy, right? They were talking about. A big part of the theme of the piece was the disconnect between the current football operation and the alumni. And it feels as so recently here, really within the last, really since the Shedeur Sanders jersey retirement.
Oh, yeah.
There's been a bit of a tipping point with the alumni and the disconnect between the alumni and the current football operation. I'm curious. I talked with Phil about it today a couple times. Again, if you want to hear that conversation, hour 1 of the drive. Where you stand on just the landscape right now of things?
There's a huge division between alumni and the team, especially the administration, Coach Prime, and everything. There's a huge division between there. And anyone who will tell you that's not so is lying to you. There was an event, and there's always an event during the spring game, where you have the coaches come in and they go and talk to the team. So this year you had Deion Sanders, you had the defensive coordinator, you also had Fernando Lovo, all there, right? ready to talk to all the alumni.
Yeah.
That was the fewest amount of alums that I've seen throughout the tenure of Deion Sanders. Nobody was there for the most part. All the tables weren't filled. I mean, there were just a couple of guys that were there that wanted to listen to it, and there is a division. There are guys who are just like who are not happy, and it does have to do with the retirement of Shedeur Sanders' jersey. I mean, it's specifically that is one of the biggest things that I've hit. Another thing too is there hasn't been communication as much as well. There have been communication with certain alumni. You know this, Phil.
Yeah.
Certain alumni will get talked to, but the whole alumni do not have the same access. So there is a big issue.
Man, it's disheartening that this is where things are at. Oftentimes, one of the first things a college coach will do, college specifically, when they get the job, is they lean into the alumni base because you're the new guy, right? And the alumni is the connective tissue that ties together generations. And it seems to a certain degree that connective tissue between the current operation has been severed. And maybe severed is too strong, maybe strained, you know. I don't know. Maybe to some people it is severed.
Let me tell you what it is, okay? There's a huge disrespect because there's a feeling that the 80s and 90s players and even some of the 2000s feel like that the University of Colorado did not exist until Deion Sanders came. And there's a big reason why there was almost 2 decades of bad football in Colorado. We can discuss that later on. There's a huge reason, by the way. But that's the reason right now, is there's a feeling that CU didn't mean anything until Deion came. But you can look at the history that happened beforehand. So all you have to do is mend the fences, and then we're back in green pastures again. Literally, it's that easy.
Well, I think that's what Fernando Lovo is trying to do right now with the clues that I'm gathering, that he has done inventory of his new job, and this is a big-time disconnect, and he is trying to stitch back together what was and what is. And so
there's a lot of healing to do. A lot of healing to do.
Yeah. Well, man, I didn't think we'd be having this conversation 3 years ago, right? But here we are, and have things changed since Deion's arrival to where we are right now, and it feels like it's been microwaved. It's happened really quick how we've got to this point. So we'll leave it there for now. Appreciate you guys so much for rocking with us here on a Monday. We'll be back at 2 o'clock tomorrow and have another really, really fun day. And for now, we step aside. It's Denver Sports Tonight. Next.
3 years ago, the Broncos were a laughingstock. Now, back-to-back playoffs, 32 wins, and an ownership group spending like they mean it. Now Cecil's ready to say what Broncos country is thinking.
The greatest bit of news and information that I can provide today for you is merely this. Greg Penner is inevitable. Greg Penner is undeniable. Greg Penner and the Walton Penner Group and the Denver Broncos are going to be a dynasty. They just are. That sort of businessman, that sort of business people do is they excel.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. On behalf of my friends at American Financing, what if next month looked different? What if instead of robbing Peter to pay Paul, you had one clear payment and money left over for the things that actually matter? If you're a homeowner, that's not a fantasy. American Financing is making it happen. They're not going to judge you. They're here to help you. Everything is more expensive right now, and you're spending more on the basics than ever before. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants will give your paycheck a raise by lowering your debt obligations. Their average customer savings is $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments, and you may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there's no upfront fees. There's no obligation. We all want to live without stress. Your home's equity could help you do this. So call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hi there, I'm Kim Rudell, owner of Wills and Wellness Estate Planning. If you've been putting off doing your estate plan, it's time to stop pushing your luck. It's never too late to get your estate plan in place. No more excuses. Our team makes the process